prefer to watch human behavior from afar. The ignorance, intelligence, and they art the war. Tragedy, strategy, put knowledge in the book. Change our language so we couldn't read it if we look. Convince us we ain't have shit here but disease. Made us 3/5 human and black illegally. You put your fist up to being African American. How much history you went through for that to make some sense? I've been on Turtle Island 10,000 years. Akubulan been my neighbor. Pangea brought me here. The world didn't start in 1400s. Niggas grow up. What you think we was doing? Morse was running Europe. We been tribal folk, now it's time to show up. Bring back the villages, cause cities ain't got no love. You're melanin addicted to the infliction of pollution. Chemical dependency, nature the solution. Grow your food and medicine, build homes in conclusion. The enemy will televise infiltration as inclusion.
And in order to be in propria persona in this country, whether that be North America, Central America, or South America, you must be a Moor. If they want to be sovereign, they got to go home. They cannot be sovereign here.
Universe is generous, so say less. I'm on it like a magic carpet. Ride a wave through your hood, all I find I keep. Peep to a abandoned scene, must be left by the vaccine. Oh well, we tried to told them. Now let's go into hell, molten lava jail. Now digger, well we gon' live well for free. The mind state translate the meekest first plan.
This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out, come out. Papa Legba, Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out. Papa Legba, Yeshua, Ilegua, come out. 'Cause this is our land. Yes, we was here first. They came here on a boat. They'll leave here in a hearse. They'll leave here through the dirt. They're going through the earth. We're channeling their ancestors to undo their hurts. 'Cause once upon a time, we all could read and write. That legalese is lies. Strong men spelled cursive ties. Strong men all caps disguise. They gentrified our lives. We've redefined their sights. We've redefined their kind. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose it. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Yes, this shit is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose it. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? Play their game, but by our rules. I'm Queen Annie the Maroon. I am Queen of Dongo. I am Queen of Zinga. I am Yenaga. I'm Carlotta and Fermina. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. When you chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor you gon' choose? I am a goddess. I am a priestess. I chant these mantras and they all repeat it. If we make a promise, this land we gon' seize it. Get vengeance for Mother Earth treason. This ain't the gentrifier. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. This for the gentrifiers. Repetition of empires. Invading land with gunfire. Slavery not posters for hire. Income not what you desire. Outcome working jobs for hours. Mindset waiting to retire. Never stop working for dollars. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Which ancestor you gon' choose? When you chant, they gonna lose. 'Cause this is juju music. This shit here is voodoo music. Which ancestor we gon' choose? When we chant, they gonna lose. I mean. My spirit guides come in with that sin. My ancestors defend. I got that juice to transcend. I mean. My spirit guides come in with that sin. My ancestors, I got that juice to transcend. 'Cause I am a Santi, I am a Sata, I am a host, I am a homie, I am a Tamba. Yes, I am a Tamba. 'Cause I am a Santi, I am a Sata, I am a host, I am a homie, I am a Tamba. Yes, I am a Tamba. Yes, this is juju music. This shit here is hoodoo music. When we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor we gon' choose? Hey, choose. 'Cause when we chant, they gonna lose. Which ancestor we gon' choose?
and she knows it. And now you know it.
The winner of the Giver for the year is Sunshine Monet.
Excuse me, give me that mic. Thank you. Anyway, first and foremost, I would like to thank myself for being amazing. Thank you, self. I would like to thank all the people I had to step on to get here, because you know, heat rises and a bitch is hot. I'm up to the top. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Welcome to
Greetings.
Virgo Version Talk. This is the Sankofa season where we are going back and bringing past episodes forward. I am your hostess with the mostest, Sunshine Monet L, and this is my sis,
Danielle. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How you feeling?
I have been fighting sleep all day today. I ain't gonna hold you. The Oya, it's cool that we're doing a Pluto episode because Oya was out here heavy today. With the clouds at first, and then we finally got the thunder and rain not too long ago. So
We're experiencing that now here.
Yeah, we ain't started getting the rain that I was looking for till like 6 o'clock. But the clouds was here the whole time, and I guess that's what I was feeling like. I need to lay down. I need to put my leg up. I need to do a lot of stuff that's not going to happen right now.
I indeed enjoyed the heavy rain. Heavy rain. I like rain, but I like the heavy flowing. You know, the lightning and the thunder. I enjoy it. I find so much peace and serenity within it.
Cool. I do. I like the sound. I like the I like the way the air feels when it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
The air changes tremendously. It doesn't matter how hot it is, how humid it is. I just love what happens. It's a full-blown transformation, isn't it?
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
And that's the vibe of today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
The transformations of Pluto. We're going to talk to y'all about Pluto and Scorpio and Oya and all the things in between. That was a wild episode to watch, sis.
Indeed.
It was wild. And let me tell you. So, the Oya is the Orisa that rules over Pluto. That's associated with Pluto and Scorpius energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her festival is February 2nd. So I'm like, what the fuck? First car accident I got into when I lost my Toyota was February 2nd on Oya's day. February 2nd, right?
It's cold.
So, wait, there's more. So on Halloween, which is Scorpio season, this is literally fucking Pluto's birthday and shit like that. On Halloween, I get hit by a car. Now, wait a minute, there's more. When you add up the day 10/31/2022, it adds up to 11. I'm an 11 life path number. 11 is also associated with the number 2. Coming back to the 2s. On top of the fact that Oya is the goddess of the 8th house of transformation, and she is also considered the goddess of business and marketplace. I got hit on the intersection of 8th and Market in Philly, bro.
What?
Yes.
That is wild, sis.
Wild as fuck. Synchronicity is like a bitch. Who trying to kill me?
Oya got you protected though, even though you're going through that shit. Like you're so much in alignment with her.
Yeah. So I'm listening to the last episode, and at that time, I was healing from the first accident. There was no second accident yet. So I'm listening to the episode, and I just started getting teary-eyed because I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm still trying to make sense of all of this because there gotta be something going on that I'm just not like, it's not click. Like,
I know that there's something going on, but it's just like, what, who, like, what's happening? Am I about to die, or I'm about to go into a dope ass period of life?
Because right, that's not the transformation you was expecting then, huh?
Right. And then I started following like a few different Scorpio tarot readers, and one had posted something recently about placements, and I'm like, listen, on the astrocartography chart, this is my Pluto placement. I only have Pluto over here. My father is a Scorpio. I have, Scorpio close relatives in my third house, because in my tropical chart, my Pluto is in the third house. The third house ruled by Libra, so I was learning how to balance the scales with these people. Joke. Anyway, so I'm dealing with all of that and shit, and I'm just like, bro, that is so wild. That is so fucking wild.
How do you feel about all that, though? How do you feel about, like, finding out how everything was interconnected with that? Like, I know you're, like, mind blown by that.
It's like when you put puzzles together, and it's like, oh, I got the last puzzle piece, but you still don't see the picture. It feels like that.
I feel you. I got you on that. So now you got to take a step back.
Yeah, I got to take a couple steps. I'm too close, right?
Yeah.
I got to take a couple steps back. Yeah, I got to move.
You got to step back. You got to step back and either analyze it, look at it in admiration. Well, you got to do all that and make logical sense out of it.
I'm going to go to it's a couple of readers that I've been following for a minute. I'm going to go to one of them because I feel like they could assist me. Like, there's a lot of good readers out there, but I feel like a lot of them can assist me. But lately I've been coming across a couple where I'm like, okay, cool. I got some questions. I need you to tap into something, talk to somebody.
Right, because the reader needs a reader too, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I just need to figure out some things. It's not adding up. Like, I would like to think something, but I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to think that, but that might be it. I know that in my draconic chart, my sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus are all in Scorpio in my first and second house. And the draconic chart deals with your past lives and your soul self. So it's just like, having all these synchronicities within Pluto and Oya and Scorpio energy is just like very interesting.
Maybe you come from Pluto.
Right? And all this time I thought it was Mercury. Joke's on me, right?
Well, being that you're such a diligent communicator, I would say that too. But since you have all those placements and all those events that occurred that line up, that leads you back to Pluto. Definitely.
Maybe I did come back. Maybe I did come from Pluto. That's cool. Interesting things. Interesting synchronicities. Anybody watching? You got some answers. I need them.
I know.
I need them.
I can't add it up right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's fresh. Just telling you this. So had you told me like a few days ago, upon your discoveries or whatever, I would have came up with a clue by now.
Word, respect. I literally just had this moment today listening to the episode. It's like I've been slowly putting pieces together. That's the thing. Like ever since the accident happened, it's just been a journey of putting it together. And so it's funny how Virgo Virgin Talk is actually like the show that's been helping me put my shit together. Especially the last season we did when I was stuck on the couch. And then coming into these Sankofa episodes and then listening to how much stuff we've actually spoken to existence. It's just been funny.
Funny, but necessary and true. Accurate.
Right. And that's the beautiful thing about Virgo Virgin Talk is Virgo energy is about overthinking and overanalyzing, but also problem solving and unraveling. And that's really what we do here, even if not always intentional.
Indeed. That's what we're here for. We're here for thought-provoking. Thought-provoking.
provocative thoughts.
Provocative thoughts. Right. We're gonna have these conversations that we haven't had before. We're always exploring, new information and learning about ourselves, and building up on that. And there's more to discover, So no matter how much we learn, no matter how much our chairs get popped on this information, we're still going to be virgins. There's still so much to know. There's still so much to find out. It's still something to experience. Still some things that have been untouched in our mind. Yeah, I like that. Indeed. So
agreed, sis.
Agreed. I had just looked at the Haitian version of Oya.
Ooh, what's that?
I'm trying to go back because I just lost it. Oh my gosh. Iwa Maman Brigitte.
Oh, okay. So I seen that. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm. So she's supposed to be synchronized with the Christian saint, syncretized, my bad, with the Christian saint Brigitte.
She was Christianized, but initially she was Irish. It was Brigine or something like that.
Yes. And she is known as the Oya Inyasanyan, the mother of 9, because 9 children she gave birth to. Mm-hmm. They all were stillborn, right?
Mm-hmm. And then she had to have this whole sacrifice thing with a rainbow cloth, and then she was able to have 9 children. She had 4 sets of twins, and then her 9th child was in Gungun. And I didn't get into him yet, but he has a significant story, which is why him being 9 is a big deal. And then that's another thing, Danielle. My birthday is 9/19/1990, and you know how I feel about my 9s.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. I was gonna say that.
That's why.
In the skies of sunshine.
She does. She is associated with the solar plexus. She's actually the masculine side of the solar plexus. In alignment with her Kuti. That's wild.
See?
The many facets of self.
Yourself.
So I'm dealing with. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's funny because that's a nice precedent to the fact that I'm entering my Oya placements on my progressive chart. Am I going to die? I just want to make sure my sons are good.
You're indeed really
the only people. I mean, am I going to die while my stars enter Scorpio? Is it happening? Is it happening real soon? Is it happening in my 33rd year? Because that's what I'm about to enter.
Jesus.
I'm entering my Jesus year. I'm entering my Scorpio stellium in my progressive chart. It's a lot opening up my draconic chart. If I'm about to die, I'm cool with it. I just want to make sure my kids are good. Because
I think the old you is going to die. The old you is going to die, and the new you is going to be reborn. Okay?
That's cool, but am I going to stay in this body?
Yeah, you're going to stay in that body.
Okay.
You're going to stay in that body.
I'm not scared. I'm super cool. The only thing I give a fuck about is my kids.
It's the old spirit of you that's going to die, and the new Unica is being reborn. In fact, you're going through it now.
Everybody that's watching this, y'all better be.
You're 32, right?
Yeah, I'm 32.
Okay, so this is the year that you turn your Jesus age. So by the time
Jesus died this year,
19th comes,
I heard he was a Virgo.
You're already working. I see it already. Okay. So, I'm psychic, right? So I see it already. You're going through your transformations as of now. By the time September the 19th comes, the transformation will be completed for this cycle. Okay. Because you're already doing all your works for the transformation. Sis, you're already walking in it. You're already moving and headed in that direction. So yeah, you transcending, yeah, to become the new you.
Maybe I need to get off this side of the map when I turn 33. Maybe I need to go somewhere where Pluto is nowhere near,
You
just to
can't
make
escape, sis.
sure.
You can't escape, sis. Pluto's everywhere.
I know, right? Just my astrocartography, Pluto. Like, let me go to the West Coast and chill with Saturn and Jupiter for a little bit. Because you know what's
See,
funny? When I bought land in Arizona, I really did feel like I was racing time. Like, you know, like something bad was about to happen real soon, and I was trying to get things in order before something happens to us.
did you
And I
ever have
don't.
those thoughts that you were going to die young? Because I used to have those thoughts that I was going to die young.
I had dying young, not young, more
Mm-hmm.
like 50, 60.
Mm-hmm.
I had those a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more so me getting assassinated.
I'm always getting shot,
Yeah, I'm always getting shot.
buried alive. My head got decapitated one time, but
Mm.
yeah, I'm always falling off cliffs. Well, I had those dreams when I was younger. I no longer have
Yeah,
to fall off
falling
the
off
cliff.
cliffs was a big one.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But more than likely, I'm always being shot or buried alive. The buried alive or drowning
How's
in the drowning. But then I live after I breathe and inhale in the water. We talked about my dreams a few times. But yeah, buried alive in the coffin is the most repeated one. And yeah, when I have those dreams, am I scared? Hell yeah. Because I'm like, who wants to bury me alive? But what happens is um I see what happens before I actually get buried. Like I'm in the funeral home and I'm dead. Like I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? Rigor mortis, all that. I guess. But then once they start you know, descending my grave, my coffin or whatever, and when they start throwing the dirt on the coffin, me hearing the sound of the dirt, that wakes me up. And I'm like, hold up. Y'all motherfuckers buried me. I ain't even dead. What are we doing? And I don't get to escape out the coffin. I just lie there in eternity. You know what I'm saying? Alive, buried. Alive and buried. I feel like I'm Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm Wolverine, except I'm not being thrown in water all the time and dying, being drowned in water. That's not. Yeah.
Death is wild. And to keep dying in your sleep, because sleep is so close to death. That's wild. I was talking to somebody about that shit yesterday. A customer came into the store and he was talking about how he had died a couple times. One of them being on the table, he was getting a transplant or whatever.
Oh,
and he died on the table. And when he woke up, he had the things on, like the marks, like they had strapped him down. They were like, yeah, you was up snatching the stuff out your arms and stuff. And he was, and he ended up dying and coming back. He was like, I thought y'all was killing me. Y'all was praying. Y'all was on y'all knees and stuff. I could see y'all praying. And then it's like, they were praying because your ass was dead.
I've had the operation table dream before. Like they're working on something like on my face though. It's like I don't know if they're reconstructing it or I don't know. It's something with my eyes. The surgeon was it's crazy because this is how it is. Laying down. Okay. And it's like I can see them operating or whatever. And then the surgeon, he leans in or whatever like this. It's always scary. It's always creepy at this point. It's really eerie. He leans in and he looks and he comes back and he was like he's a goner. And that's how I'm left. And I wake up after that every time. I'm like, what does that mean? What are they doing to my face? Was he peering to look into my soul or something? I don't hear you, sis. You on mute.
No, I was saying that sounds crazy. I definitely had like I had something like that before, but I couldn't really see anybody though. It was just like a light, and then that thought that I'm on this table, whatever, what have you, was happening.
Well, all these dreams are definitely in alignment with our death and rebirth or whatever.
Exactly.
So every time we wake up, we're born again. Death is the closest thing. I mean, sleep is the closest thing to death. So now, every time we get a chance to wake up after those traumatizing,
we say good morning.
Oh yeah. I had to stop saying that. Right.
Thank you for waking up from death's cousin.
Yeah, but is death really so bad?
I don't think so. I think that our addiction to the physical world caused the issue. And I believe that because watching how the the virtual world has like taken form, it makes me think about how the physical world happened. Like, watching how people create their avatars, how people get sucked into their avatars, addicted to them to the point where they forget that they're physical beings. They no longer know how to socialize in the physical world. They have unrealistic expectations about energy exchanges. People becoming more violent. And that's the weirdest part. It's always more violence. Like, because we're in the virtual realm, now I get to talk to you any kind of way. And I choose to speak violently
now, right?
Yeah. It's like you don't even like. And you could be anybody and you choose to be the sarcastic, nasty person online. That's what you innately choose. And that makes me think even more about the physical body. Like, you could have been anything in this physical body and you choose to be that. That's what you chose. You choose to be a colonist. You choose to be, one of these isms, one of these ISTs and stuff like that. Like, that's what you choose with your avatar. That's wild. Because, like, I don't know. I just feel like this is like a really dope opportunity to love. And I can love in the physical form instead of loving, in dreamland where nothing is really solid. And then, like, in the virtual realm, now I can love people in other countries and states and shit that I would have never met.
Right, like internationally, right?
Yeah,
we're all connected to this server or whatever. We can spread more love out.
Right, we could spread way more love faster, make people feel like they're not alone. Because in their neighborhood and in their family, they don't fit into stuff. It's more of that, but it's a lot of people not choosing that.
Some people, Facebook is all they got too. Trust me, I know somebody. They scream at people on Facebook all day long.
I know some people who needed Facebook so they can stop being weird in the physical because they ain't got nothing going on.
Right.
You need a Facebook.
So you can be who you want to be.
Yes. You need to talk to somebody. Get you a Facebook. You can talk to strangers all day up there and they will never be tired of you.
Right. Because somebody somewhere is going to agree with your crazy ass.
Yes. So I think that I would like to like move more towards transformations of love, and I guess that's why my Scorpios and the house that is in is ruled by Libra scales. Libra is the heart chakra, space. So I don't know, maybe my transformations is love. Try to bring love to places that don't even like me.
Death to old love, death to the old ways you used to love, and the rebirth of a newfound love.
Right.
Maybe you might find your love on your birthday, sis.
Maybe. I don't even want to look for it no more.
No, you ain't looking for it. It's gonna come to you, and you're just gonna be like, "Oh, it was here the whole time."
I might not even know what to do with it because I'm just in a point of disgust when it comes to human love. I don't like humans. I don't like the way they love.
I do.
It's so dusty to me.
Even though they could be so manipulative and destructive.
That sounds like Scorpio energy.
And heartbreaking. Yeah, Scorpio energy is very manipulative.
Yes. I don't like how they lie. And I'll say that because I'm a Virgo stellar. My sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, all in Virgo. My Mars is in Gemini. I take a lot of pride in knowledge. I like knowing stuff. My Vesta is in Gemini. It's a passion of mine. So because like knowledge is my power, to be around someone who thinks that they can manipulate me with lying, it pisses me off because like, how stupid do you think I am? And then their lies be dumb. Like my superpower is I can look at your face and I can see your inner child.
Right.
I see who you were as a toddler. I see all of that shit. I see the facial expressions you made. I see all, I hear your voice. I see all of that. And so when I'm looking at someone, for the sake of conversation, when I'm looking at a Scorpio and they're looking back at me and they're lying, I see the 3-year-old. I see the 3-year-old lying at me and it pisses me off.
Very unattractive then.
It's very unattractive. Now you look gross to me. Like, bro, what the fuck are you lying for?
Yeah.
And it's not just like people in romantic relationships. It's Scorpios, period. It's just like straight lying. And their definition of lying is, oh, it's none of your business. Or they do wordplay. I love the wordplay. It's my favorite. They use specific words that can either mean this or that. And and my smart ass knows it means that. So I'm gonna call you out and tell you, nigga, I know what the fuck you meant. But and that always pisses them off. Now I'm the weirdo and I'm the bad guy because I can point out your bullshit. And I just want to know, who does this shit work on? You got to be doing this on air signs that are not Aquarians, because ain't no fucking way, boy. You doing this around earth signs and other water signs and they don't catch you in your bullshit. And fire signs is going to beat your ass if you keep moving like that.
Well, let's see this.
Fire signs going to punch you right in your face.
Yeah, they won't try it with fire. You know, fire would burn up and down. I'm just thinking of it as the bug, a scorpion.
I know many Scorpios that try bullshit with fire signs and it did not end well. You gotta stop doing that lying shit. Is weird. And the whole omission of information. Oh, if I don't tell you, it's not a lie. It is a lie because you are intentionally not telling me something I need to know to create a certain kind of image that doesn't exist.
And they like creating illusions, imagination. They're big on imagination. They're stimulated by their imagination.
That's cool. Keep that shit to yourself in your coloring book.
They are.
Don't bring that shit over here. I don't like that. That's why I'd be so grateful that I'm in alignment with all of my charts. Even before I even knew what my charts were, I was always in alignment. I'm grateful for my Virgo placements because my Virgo placements prevent that Scorpio draconic chart from being as dusty as I see this energy out here in my visuals.
Well, look at the characteristics of a Scorpio though. It's a predatory arachnid, okay?
Yeah, so, they're always on the defense. They're always in attack mode because
they always got
really
their stinger up, you
know. But why do they always have their stinger up?
Because they are really vulnerable without it.
Exactly. Y'all really some bitches.
We're speaking on the men.
I'm speaking on both of them. I don't care. But I love y'all still. Because I got my placements. I get it. It's dealing with balanced and imbalanced signs. That's what it really is. That's what it really boils down to. If you're imbalanced, then you're misusing this energy. But if you're balanced, then you know. Because all my balanced Scorpios, they be around the imbalanced ones like, ew, nigga. Like, you know. If you know, you know.
Oh, since I'm thinking about the Scorpion, you know, which is the symbol of the Scorpio, did you know that they glow a vibrant blue-green when they're exposed to a certain wavelength in the ultraviolet light?
Ooh, that's
like
cool.
Black, if you put them under a black light, they turn like you can see the fluorescent chemicals.
That's interesting.
I have never known that.
Me neither.
So you got to shine the light on them, sis, to see their true colors.
That's what you got to do. You got to pull the black light out. Like, I see that. Oh, line so. Do you have any Scorpio placements in your chart?
I have it in Pluto.
Have it in Pluto?
Yeah. So I guess it's
Scorpio, to me. Not Scorpio.
Yeah,
my Pluto's in Scorpio.
Yep. I got Scorpio in my midheaven, in my Pluto, and in my Venus.
Oh, your Venus is in Scorpio?
What? That's wild, ain't it? Hold on. Yep, it is. I never knew I had so much Scorpio in me. And they're in
My
the ninth house.
in the ninth
All my
house.
Scorpios and my placements are in the ninth houses.
Oh, you little sex bomb. You know the ninth house is the Sagittarius house. That's more sex bombs. Your Pluto is in your sacral chakra.
I indeed say that sex is my love language.
Makes sense.
One of my love languages. I was thinking about what you and Mahatma had said that day. I was talking to you. I was like, huh? The floodgates are open. Like,
We out here.
no. But I'm really like, I'm really reserved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really reserved, but I get it. You know, I ain't just out there with it or whatever. You know, but damn. But once I get to somebody that I like, busting it wide open, and he gonna tell me bring it back.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with me is my libido is popping, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody's is like I don't know. Is it? I try to like be intentional. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I be want to date somebody with like a good diet and take care of his body and stuff like that. Because maybe that's
Right.
why.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I have the
That's why I'm in the
libido.
only
I'm a libido
That's
of
why I'm in the
a
only
teenager.
business.
I be over here fucking energized and bored and like, bro, what am I supposed to do now? You over there all tired and shit. This is whack.
Like, you think you'll be ready in the next like 2 minutes?
Right. And then got the nerve to text me later, like, yeah, don't I'm what? But then my Virgo energy, or I think it's really my Libra and my progressive chart will kick in and be like, be nice. Just tell him you had a good time and it was great so he could feel good about himself. So I'll be like, oh, yeah, it was great. I can't wait to see you again.
Yeah, that definitely ain't me, because I'm definitely gonna tell you my experience, how very unsatisfied and how unsatisfactory this was. Okay, I expected better.
Where
I
your
think it
Mercury
will
at,
be
girl?
better. I'll give you another chance if you're willing to, but if you disappoint me again, your services are no longer rendered here.
I really be putting up with weak dick for like years at a time just to say
Oh,
that.
I was too. 7 years I had weak ass dick.
I had
From a Leo. Them Leos be thinking they good in bed. They horrible. They ain't that good. Not at all. Not at all. It's boring. Really boring. Really boring. Like, really boring. There's sometimes out of serendipity, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. But then I'm like, can I get those moments all the time?
No, because they like the attention. They're the cats. They want to be petted and rubbed and stuff like that. They don't. I like initiators.
Rub
like,
and pet my cat, damn it. Fuck you.
Yeah, I like initiators and assertive energy.
Yeah.
You know, I like aggressiveness and, you know, take the lead. And he said that in the last episode too. Like, you need a Capricorn, sis. And
yeah,
it's funny.
You definitely need a Capricorn.
I was getting into Sekhmet. I didn't know Sekhmet was the Egyptian Virgo. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so crazy. You know, my child's father is the one who made the logo for Less No Bodies and Sunshine.
Right.
He made that shit up. I didn't give him no ideas or nothing. He gave this to me and said, this is what I want you to have. So, you know, and it just so happened to be Sekhmet. So I'm like, okay, let me look into her. And she's married to Ta, who is associated with Capricorn energy. And I'm like, oh. And she's right. And then she's also the goddess of the desert. And, you know, I got land in Arizona. And I'm like, bro, I really just want to be out there. You know,
and that
being a nudist is my best life.
Capricorn gonna work on that land, sis. Them Capricorns, they are workers. Trust me, I know, because I'm a Capricorn moon. So they gonna work diligently.
Yeah, I got a lot of Capricorn placements. I'm definitely about going out there. It feels like I'm my own boyfriend. Like I was supposed to be split into a man.
I feel you on that.
My man isn't me. Like, that's what it feels like sometimes.
If I could take the masculine out of me and mold it and create it into a man from the earth, you know what I'm saying?
I want to do that.
It'll be the perfect man for me. Because, like I said, you know, shit, your self-love is the best love. It's the realest love you're going to get.
I ain't gonna hold you. I low key kind of did. I got 2 really dope sons. Like, granted, there's no romantic thing there because that would be fucking weird. But like, they really love me, and I really love them. We have a great time. We really fit each other's energy, and then being able to bring them out camping, and then seeing how much they enjoyed it, and having this whole situation happen with my leg, and seeing how much they support me. Like, bro, it changed my vision. I had to stop looking at them like my babies, like. Because these people are taking care of me, making sure I eat, make sure I go to the bathroom, I showered and shit. Like the roles reversed this past
with
year.
Your masculine side, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I believe when we raise our sons, it comes from the feminine and the masculine.
Right.
I think it comes from the feminine and the masculine version of us. Whereas when we raise our daughters, I think it only just comes from our feminine side. And I really do believe that because I believe we have to take on both roles sometimes, even if the father is present, though. But still, we have to have that protection and the
mother bear come out.
Right.
I play with my kids, bro. I'll pull up to a school, a park, a friend's house, a family member's house. I don't give a fuck. What's up? What you want to do?
Right. That, that dictatorship and all that.
Their dad be in the background trying to talk about. Can we talk about it? It's cool. It's cool, bro. It's peace. It's not fucking peace. What's up? Right. What you want to do?
Right.
I don't need him. Ignore him. Right. He all nice and shit. I'm mushing right in his head.
Right.
That's why we not together now.
Right.
You all nice, want to dap people up. You ain't got time for that. Try my baby.
Exactly.
But yeah, so
we definitely do that. I think I think with our sons when we raise them, we give a lot of we teach them how to be focused. How to have clarity. That's part of masculinity. So yeah, I never thought about that until now.
No. I love the downloads. I be here for them.
Yeah. Here for it too.
Another thing that Oya was in alignment with, she's the goddess of the graveyard and the cemeteries. And so I went to a lot of funerals when I was a kid. That's one thing with my mom always brought that up too. She was like, I don't know why we used to always take you to funerals. You went to a lot when you were a kid.
Yeah, I went to one funeral when I was 6. And it was my great uncle. I flipped because I didn't know what a funeral was. I was like, I'm like, what's a funeral? But that's like it's a place where you see a dead body. I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking like, okay. With children, like death ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We do all kinds of shit that puts us near death every day. But once I got there, and I was like, oh, we here, girl. I was flipping out. I was flipping completely the fuck out. I remember it like yesterday. And then when it was my turn to go up there and view the body, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, I put my hand on my great uncle's chest or whatever, I just felt it. And I was okay then, like, okay, so this is what death is.
It's peace. Yeah, it feels like peace. Like I don't remember how I felt at funerals as a kid. I can't even tell you what my earliest memory of a funeral was. I went through to so many, and time is not really linear to me as a child.
Yeah.
But I will say the one that affected me the most was my best friend passing. Oh. And it was so weird because I saw him literally 7 days before. And I know it was 7 days because I was home. At this time I was in college. I had just lost my brother. My older brother passed. And that was weird too. And we'll come back to that in a moment. But I had came home for the weekend or whatever, and I went to the club. There's a club out here that you can go to under 21. You just can't drink. Y'all know how that go. Right. So I was in Philly, and I saw him in the parking lot, and we hugged. And the last time I had seen him in person, because we still talked on the phone every day, but the last time I seen him in person, I had him in the car with me, and I told him we couldn't hang together no more because as much as I loved him, because he was my ace boom coon in high school, bro. As much as I loved him, he was in some shit. and he was ducking and dodging bullets. I had just had Zeke. Zeke was like a year, maybe 2 years old at the time, and I had went to go see him, and he had a gun. He brought a gun in the car. Now, when I was in high school, I was with the shits. I got a baby at home. I am no longer with the shits no more, bro. I can't chill with you no more. Like, you can't. You over here ducking, and I'm uncomfortable because what if I get hit sitting with you? Who gonna take? Like, I know people gonna take care of my baby, but nobody's gonna do what I do for my kids. I always had that in my head when I gave life to them. Like, nobody's gonna do what I do for you. And I hate that, but it is what it is. And like, okay, so we stopped talking. Come back, I see him. We're hugging. He's in church now. He accepted Christ in his life. He got 2 kids. I gotta bring Zeke around. Miles wasn't here yet. Zeke is still like 3 or 4. I gotta bring Zeke around to meet his kids. Hell yeah! I'm like da 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 da. He proposed to his baby mom. I can't stand her. I still don't like her. But like. She can't stand me because she swear up and down he was messing with me. That really was my best friend. And you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, cool. Next time I come down here, and I'm telling him, like, bro, I'll be back down here next weekend. I'll bring Zeke by, blah, blah, blah. I'm so proud of you. How your brother doing? Whatever. I get a phone call from my girlfriend Christine that very next Saturday. Samir got shot. And I'm in my dorm room watching the movie with my roommates cracking up, and I'm like, no, he didn't. Mind you, I still got my brother's death on me. That like, shit's still fresh.
Right now. So right now, like, oh my God, this is a joke.
Right, like, no, he didn't. And they're like, yes, he did. When I saw them, I was cool until they put him in the ground. Then I wasn't cool. That was like
sealing the deal right there. Like, like he's dead now.
He's
like,
gone.
He's in the ground. Yeah.
He's
in
out.
The funeral home and everything, you be thinking like maybe they might just raise up again or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they might come up. But
I had my first anxiety attack that day. I never had one before. I could not breathe. I came home, and my Aunt April was there with my mom, and I just fell. I couldn't breathe. And my Aunt April was like, "Oh my God, we gotta take you to the hospital. We don't know what's going on." Da, 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 da. Like, I couldn't do it, and I was like, That was the only funeral I ever been to that, like, bro, that shit hurt my feelings. Even, okay, so let's go back to my brother. When my brother passed, it was a weird feeling. And I just got done talking to my little brother about it because he felt the same thing. I'm like, bro, I was there, but it just felt like I didn't have a right to mourn. Like, it was just so many more important people in the room. Like, it wasn't my place. Like, you know, his mom was burying her child. My mother was burying her stepchild. My stepdad was burying his son, his first son. Like, it was just so many more important people in the room. I felt so left out and disconnected. But I was sad. It's my brother. It's my older brother. He's been around since I've been born. Like, this dude that was beating ass for me. Somebody fucking with me. My brother about to pull up beat ass. Like, you know, this was my protector. So, you know,
welcome, King.
Peace, King. But being in that room, I just felt like I didn't belong there. Like, it wasn't okay. And that was the beginning of that emotion. And then it came into a space where, like, I started going to funerals and I wanted to put stuff in the casket. Like, why I can't put stuff in the casket? Like, I would make things. I would make these, you know, the organites and like the crystal. I would buy like the little gree bags. And I didn't know what I was doing. At this point in time, I had no knowledge of the vocabulary that I have now. I was just doing shit. It just felt good to do it. I just want to do it. Let me do it. Let me put this in his casket. Let me put this in the dirt with him. Like, let me do this. They won't let you do nothing. Like, these churches, they don't let it. It's not the family. It's the fucking church. Like, why does it bother you for me to put this in here?
Yeah. What's why you gonna do?
And they're like, oh, they're going to remove it when they go to close the cat. Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, leave it in there.
Yeah, and that's why I don't fuck with these churches, bro. I don't even like going to church funerals no more. Like, this last church funeral I went to when my cousin passed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had made her some pieces. I actually wanted to give her the pyrite bracelet because I remember she said she wanted it, and she's a Leo, and I wanted to give it to her. And there was a couple other pieces that I wanted to put in there, and I had wrote a poem. And after I said the poem to everybody, I wanted to put it down there with her.
Right.
And they were like, oh, they're probably going to take it off for her and stuff like that. And I'm just, in my head,
What?
I was pissed. I was fuming. But on the outside, I'm just like, oh, it's cool. It's all right. But on the inside, I was flipping tables, setting shit on fire. Everybody could die. I was shooting the pastor in the head. Like, I fucking hate this church. Everybody here could burn the fuck up. Why y'all won't let me love my cousin? Because this is how I can love her in her next life. And y'all not letting me have that. That shit was making me mad.
Right.
So then when I came home, it was crazy because I was meditating. You know, I stayed the rest of the, I stayed another night at my dad's house. But when I finally came home and I was sitting here and I was meditating, I was grounding myself outside and shit. I'm like, bro, why you got me down here if they're not going to let me do my fucking job? Like, that was the thought that came to my head. Like, why you got me here? These humans are dumb, bro. They're not even going to let me do what I got to do because they so fucking smart. They got their little stupid ass college degrees.
They so disconnected. They're ungodly. You know
yes, they're ungodly as fuck, sis. These are humans. They're humans. Ain't no God in these bodies. It's so weird.
No matter how much they practice their religion,
there's no God in them bodies, bro. It's just straight degrees of indoctrination, and that's cool. So I guess that's why I felt like a big disconnect. Like, I was talking to my priest about that, when I came home and stuff, and he was like, "You're not supposed to be connected. You're not supposed to come down here and be connected to human experiences. You're not a human, and you're not a human. You always knew that you weren't a human. So why are you down here trying to do what they do? Because I'm bored. Because I feel left out. Because they won't even let me do what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And then they won't let me do what they're doing either. They make it hard. Like, y'all just don't let me do nothing out here. Like, what am I here for? Like, this shit corny.
Yeah, so much restraints.
So many restraints. But yeah, I've been to a lot of funerals. Death is regular to me. When I was a kid, I can still hear them. I just don't talk about it out loud a lot because, people like to throw people in asylums and stuff. And as much support as I get in the virtual world, I don't get that kind of support in my physical world like that until my friends come visit. And then it's like, oh my God, you're here. Thank you. Oh, I can be myself.
Right.
I can't be myself on a regular basis unless like I act like nobody's around me. And then I can hear people, I can feel people's energy like that bitch weird. Like, bitch, I can feel you. Like,
that shit too.
I be feeling that shit.
If I be my genuine goofy ass self or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about it. People mistake my goofiness, you know what I'm saying, me being in the moment of being, a kid. They mistake it for dumbness. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's going on, nephew? That was Miles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He had kind of like, hair hanging in the side or whatever.
It's getting long now.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll mistake that shit for like, like you're dumb or whatever. Then they'll try me. Then they'll, you know what I say about people got there coming from my intelligence and shit.
Yeah, we don't like that shit.
Don't come to me on that.
Just because I talk like my vernacular is the way it is because this is comfortable for me. Don't get it twisted.
My diction is the way it is because this is comfortable for me. But when I write, it's completely different. Yeah. And sometimes I wish I could just bring it out, in speech like that, but it doesn't come out like that.
No, writing it makes I can transform myself so much when I write. It is when I speak, this is what you get, and you just gotta be cool with that or leave me alone. But it doesn't take away from my intellect. You still gonna learn around me. You just gotta like filter through my cursing.
Yeah, like,
in my human design, my emotion is anger.
Is lack of intelligence or whatever, because you don't have other words to fill in. I'm like, I can fill in.
Eat a dick.
This is the vocabulary I select, though. I don't care what your opinion is, like what your perception is of me, whatever. It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know what it is? It's the Leo rising. Because all my Leo rising friends, we're all like that. Like when we're very excited, it's the giddy energy. That's why I like being around us so much, because like I could be myself. Like we childish as shit.
Yeah, definitely. I know I am. I definitely am.
So Oya has psychic abilities too. She used to call forth the dead for discussions. Oh, and then if she felt like, okay, so this is probably why some people come back to life on like, especially when they on operating tables and stuff like that. Because if she feels like you have unfinished business on Earth, she'll let you live. So maybe that's what was happening all last year.
You've been living through all these deaths, sis.
I lived through a lot of stuff, y'all. I could have died many, many times in my life. I promise you, I could tell y'all some crazy stuff that happened to me, and y'all be looking at me like, like, yes, I'm still here. And the most I got is little baby scars you won't even notice unless I point them out to you.
Right. So it's not your time this year. It's not your time next year.
I hope not. I gotta hurry up and get my paperwork right. I've been asking these damn Moors to help me get my paperwork right so I can do my job and it be done correctly. Like, help me help you. And they're like,
pay them, sis. They still
they still humans.
They still working for money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I find that hilarious.
If I had the keys to unlock those fucking doors, like, I will give that shit away. I give away free information all the time. Like,
exactly.
I don't believe the game is meant to be damn sold. Like, I believe it's meant to be told. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep telling that shit. Tell it to the right ones who's trying to access it. And you see that they're really, really trying to access. You might put them through, some rites of passages or something.
It's way more difficult.
They're really willing to do so. Because that's what we did. You had to prove yourself you were worthy of pulling a sword out of the fucking rock. Okay? Like, come on.
It's way more difficult to get people to show up than it is to get them to give you your money. So somebody can come and pay you, but that doesn't mean that they're going to utilize what you're teaching them. I know that from experience.
Yeah.
I've had people pay me hundreds of dollars and still didn't do what the fuck I told them to do. In fact, they over here running from the law right now. You didn't listen, baby. Like, what the hell? So, and in college is a beautiful example. People paying $1,000 to go to college, don't use none of them papers that they
none of that
shit. So, like, if you got somebody that sis, come back. If you got somebody that cares enough to show up, why wouldn't you care enough to give them the education? And then for me, it benefits me more for y'all to have the edification, to be able to engage in dialogue with me and to be able to build community with me and, really make transformations in the world. That benefits me more than me withholding information to see who can afford it. Because usually it's the people who can afford it that ain't even going to use it for the way it's supposed to be used. They're going to turn around and be just as like capitalistic as well. That's
right.
Exactly. I'm not a fan at all. So I'm not really here for like the capital. I know people are this takes time and my time is energy. Okay, barter, ho. I barter.
I want to know if they actually doing this shit, like, other than me seeing it on a TikTok video. Like, show me today that you're gonna pay your bill.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I want the next bill. And to me, I don't think you should still be receiving bills then. You shouldn't be obligated to pay anything. Right, especially if they got auto payment, you should just automatically pay it on the thing. Like, just automatically go there. It's automatically just be drafted from. I mean, all that should disappear. But I'm saying, like, you should be disconnected from or not obligated to have any of this shit forwarded to your address or anything.
But here's my thing. All that stuff is connected to a straw man. So whether it doesn't, to me, in my realm, because I don't bother anybody. I don't do anything crazy. Because I don't and I stay under the radar, what I do is none of your fucking business. Like, if I intentionally move in certain realms and ways, I guess the reality I've created for myself has allotted that, and I'm very grateful for people in my space. But I don't know. I just feel like there's so many different ways to go around certain things that the whole paperwork game is just for what? That just seems like a lot of extra stuff for what?
It is. And you're still asking for access you're still asking the government for access to these things. So you still you know how the government is when you fill out paperwork for them and shit.
You still battling stuff. You still going to jail. Like I was the same brother that was telling me he died on the same. We had a long talk yesterday.
Yeah.
His birthday is tomorrow actually. He
Yeah.
he was talking about how like he's a paralegal and he learned how to do all the paperwork and stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. I've been trying to find somebody that cares enough to teach me, because whenever I read these books, like I can read, I can write, I can do all these things, but when it comes to these spells, these particular spells, my head start hurting. I'm going to sleep. I don't be bothered with the stuff no more. Like I'm good. I get frustrated and I get angry because I can feel the spell on it, and it's
I'd
like,
rather just pay somebody to do it for me then, you know?
yeah, but I want somebody I can trust, because I've had people come to me and say, hey, I gave my information all to the same shit with the birth charts, y'all. Be careful, y'all give y'all birth charts too, because these people was taking all their personal information and using it against them. So this person, helped you with your birth certificate and all that stuff like that, but now they have your birth certificate, so they putting liens on your bond and stuff themselves. That's how a lot of these people is making their money. They telling, oh, I'm echoing now, so I must have said some real shit. They taking all these people birth certificates. They taking all their birth certificates. They helping y'all get y'all paperwork, but they making their money off of y'all birth certificates because they name is on the, now they're one of the guarantors or something like it's something that they do on that paperwork. That's how they getting like more money. Like it's just I want somebody that I can trust, that
don't be stealing shit from me now.
Intelligent, that's doing it. Like even when the brother was talking to me yesterday, I'm in my head like, so I just told you, like, first of all, you came to me for a reading. You told me how great I was. This is not even our first time meeting. It's like our third or fourth time, and this is like your second reading. And you did all these things. So you had all this access to my feminine energy. And now that the conversation is open for me to have your masculine energy, he says, this journey is something that you do by yourself.
Excuse you? God help those who help themselves? I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that shit. And that's how a lot of men respond to me. I give you all this feminine energy. I wrap it up in a bow for you. And the moment, that's what it was. I ain't throw that ass. I'm not throwing my ass at nobody for no information. That's wild.
Yeah. Like, that's what they're expecting. They're expecting you to bust it open.
To tell me
how to gain your freedom.
It's a lonely road, and I'll most likely get arrested. So now I gotta really make sure my son's is good. I don't want, like, what? That is so weird. Why would you lead me to that? Why would you comfortably lead me to that?
Because some men like to manipulate the feminine energies. Just they manipulate that shit to get what it is that they want. They do it all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of manipulation, let's come back to Scorpio.
Exactly.
She hates liars and injustices, which is funny because Scorpios, that's what they do. Her and Sanko, in the Orishas, they say her and Sanko were actually brothers. They were born of Yamoja, and eventually, back then they didn't really do like the Orisas aren't really, they're just personifications of your inner energy. So not only is that her brother and they were both born of the third eye, Yamoja, they also ended up being married. So they kind of just pretty much just stayed joint in union, Oya and Sango. And then Oya went to Ogun, which are the masculine and feminine energies of the solar plexus chakra that's ruled by Mars. Mars rules over Scorpio and Aries, especially if you get into, y'all know I'm finna pull my Bible out.
Oh, shit.
Especially in this book. Oh, this is the one. My book is falling apart, girl. My pages is falling out anyway. Oh, I gotta give me another one. I got this.
I like old ripped up books, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, like, yeah, I'm keeping
character.
I'm keeping it, but I want to put it in like a box or something and just get me a new one to use. Like I got this really old ass Circle 7 that I want to put in a box too, and I just want to get myself a new one to use. But yeah, this is my go-to John. I got this when I was in Virginia. Metunetter Volume 1. What happened was at the time that I got this, book about, my son is 9. So I got this book about 6-7 years ago. And at the time, this book was not as circulated as it is now. So it was very expensive. And so I went to this store, this random store in Virginia, and I met this guy, and he was amazing. I was telling everybody about this hug this man gave me. He gave me like the best hug. Still to this day, that's the best motherfucking hug I ever had, bro. That shit changed my life.
Like a Dr. Umar hug?
It was better because it was actually with the intentions of healing. Like he wanted to heal me. And he said, he was like, he didn't know I was coming. I came in the store, he smiled at me. He said, "Are you a Virgo?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he hugged me. And he hugged me for a very long time. And I tears, like whole thing. And he was like, "I got something for you because I knew you was coming." And I still got my bracelet. He made me this carnelian bracelet. And I was like, out of all the Virgo stones, how'd you know to do carnelian? And he was like, "I already know what you about to do with it." And then that was when Let's Nobodies, that's when revisionist in fashion became Let's Nobodies. And here we are. Shouts to that man. I love him from the bottom of my soul. But I was able to get this book for $40. So, you know, and that was a blessing.
On Amazon right now, you know.
Yeah, it should be better now.
Sis?
It's $7.99 now?
$7.99 now.
That's bullshit.
I'm ordering it.
Yeah, get that now, y'all, because when 6 years ago that book was not no $7.99. That joint was in the hundreds, and I was not. My income was never going to amount to being able to get one of those until I went to that store and I was able to get it.
A lot of books on here that they got the volume 2.
It's free now. I actually have it in my Google Drive, but I don't like reading books on the internet.
Volume 3 is $85.
Oh yeah. I don't have volume 2 or volume 3 yet for good reasons. I also want the tarot deck. This has a tarot deck that comes with it. It's another tarot deck. I want that shit so bad. But I've been studying the cards and stuff. I think I'm gonna end up just making my own deck during the class that I teach next week.
Birthday gift?
Yeah. Oh yeah, just to remind y'all, make sure y'all get y'all tickets for the build make your own tarot course. But if you can't make it live, it's going to be recorded, and I'm gonna sell the pre-recorded package on it's not Kajabi, it's called something else, but it's like Kajabi. So the pre-recorded class will be sold at a lower rate, but if you guys want to do it live so you can ask me questions and stuff like that, the Build Your Own Tarot class is from the 17th to the 28th.
Oh, my bad, sis. It's $7.99 because I seen it said paperback. But then it said Kindle.
Oh yeah, Kindle. See, I can't read on the screen. I need the whole paper experience.
It's a different experience. I don't retain. The paperback is $121, sis.
Oh yeah.
Used is $132. Excuse me.
And that's a little bit less than what it was back then. But yeah, that's about right. But if y'all want the free PDF, hit me up. I do have the PDF on my Google Drive. If y'all can, look on it online. That's not my steez.
Hey.
But this is my baby. You heard me.
I need that.
I live here.
I need that. I want a whole lot of collection of books.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to use the Affirm.
I want like 30 days off of life. I want 30 days where I don't have to think about making money, my business, doing anything for anybody, except for my kids, of course. But I just need 30 days, and I just want to sit and read and paint and make jewelry and just like be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No planetary forecasts, no astrological updates, no podcasts. No, nothing. Just let me read and just be in the physical realm and be cool for a second. I need that. That's what I would like to work myself up to, especially as we make moves towards going to Arizona. The first 30 days, I just want to be quiet. And I just want to enjoy the fact that I'm there. Oh, and let me tell you. So I know I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. So please, if you guys are in the audience and you guys know what I'm saying, go ahead and put the pronunciation there. But Heru Kuti is associated with Ogun. But in this conversation, we're talking about Aries and Scorpio being ruled by Mars, right? You know she's associated with the number 11. After I just got done telling you everything about the October and that adding up to 11 and me being a life path 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oya being in alignment with 2, her February 2nd is her day and shit.
Yeah.
So number 11 is associated with this this netter. And also red coral and garnet is good. So, well, guess what? That was another one. So the Pluto episode we did last year, I was wearing my crown. The crown that I had on had the garnet on my third eye.
Oh yeah, we did. Yep, you did.
We was fly as shit that episode.
Oh,
you was fly as hell.
Glasses on too.
You was so fly. I was like, we was cute on that day.
We were so aligned. Look, we were so aligned in the first season, like with our attire, like.
And it was not intentional.
Like, this is what you wear today. We go wear. Nah, we just put that shit on because we just put that shit on. Like, yo, especially with the Saturn episode, we had the same colors, like kind of like the similar pattern and everything. Dope.
That was fire. That was a good season.
It really was. That's why we got most of our episodes from season 1.
Mm-hmm. And I thoroughly love season 2 too. I loved how much in alignment the episodes became because
they were.
We did not plan that the way they unfolded at all, but that second season unfolded so beautifully, starting from the mermaids all the way down to the celestial maps. I'm like, yo, how did we do that? That season is fire, y'all. I know we long-winded because we Virgos, but we...
I don't know. You must have came up with them things yourself. I know I came up with a few titles, and then I was like, I don't know. We might need to change the name of them. And then you came back with the list. I was like, okay, that's dope. But it didn't sit with me until... like when we started doing the episodes, like how they were leading to the next thing as you were giving your information, on what you had.
I wasn't thinking about it. I literally just listed them just to list them. It wasn't no thought, it wasn't no research. It really
were they in the order how we had discussed them?
Yes, like it really just me took our conversation and put it on a flyer. That's literally all that happened.
Yeah.
And then, but sis, remember we had to skip episodes, we missed days, all of that, and it's still locked up. Like even when we miss days, it's on purpose, kind of like we missed the November stuff, but then we came out with Inky and Alil just in time for what was that, Black Panther?
Yeah.
And then we had the episode after that when Avatar came out, but then we were still going back to the mermaid. Yo, it was just so on point. That shit was perfect. That was perfect. The stars aligned for us the second season, y'all. Y'all gotta check the second season out. That shit was fire. I think about it, I'll be so proud of us, yo. Like, yo, this podcast is dope. This podcast is dope as shit.
It is dope. There's so much information here to be shared.
And one thing I love about the goddesses I surround myself with is like whenever we're together, the stars open up for us. Like, just like I was saying with me and Danielle, like the stars open up for us crazy when we come together with this show and do our things. And then with Mahatma, whenever I'm around her, straight angel numbers the whole fucking time. Opportunity opens with Roxy, she just opens, just open. Like, it's just like I know when I'm with somebody I'm supposed to be with because it's just how stuff just start happening. It's just like,
damn, imagine if that was like the masculine side, though. Imagine if it was the masculine. Like, how much can unveil with the man, with the opposite sex?
I did have a Scorpio that I was dating at the time that we did the last, the time we did this episode. Since we did this episode, I have dated 3 Scorpios. Let me tell you. The other planetary placements matter. However, no thank you. I'm no longer dating any of them. Anyway, so
no, you gotta at least try Capricorn.
I'll try Capricorn. But the one Capricorn,
I would live vicariously through you with the Capricorn because I've really never dated a Capricorn.
It was 2 Capricorns. Crazy. I did not like my experiences with them for 2 different reasons, but it was still in alignment with their liars, and they had girlfriends and they were creating this visage that they didn't, and I didn't like that. The one Capricorn, he was a Haitian Capricorn. And they're just as bad as Haitian Leos. I don't know what that is. The Judah lion does something to their spirit, just like the Capricorn goat does something to their spirit. And I just want to fight them because you are not the prize, bro. I'll beat you up. Even though you fly as hell, they be fly. They're very fly, very well put together, and that's what gets me. My eyes, my Venus in Virgo. I love detail. I pay attention to detail. Like, ooh, I see the cufflinks. I see.
Right?
Did you change your shoelaces? Just the snap. That's me. That's me. So I fall for the hype. Okay. I like the shiny things. So I pay attention to stuff. But like he was just creating this facade that, and then when it came out and I was calling him on it, not that I was attracted to him like that in the first place, because he was very strong. He was just like, oh, I want you. And it was like, you're doing all that, but you have someone at home. That's weird. And then it was the same thing with the other guy.
Well, he already belonged to somebody. So that's a no-go. But the ones who don't belong to anybody, the ones who are single, you know what I'm saying, ready to mingle.
Right. I don't want no more. I think that now that I'm getting all this Libra energy out of my body and I'm no longer people pleasing, and I start to walk into my Scorpio, stellium on my draconic, on my progressive chart. It's in my draconic too. But now that my progressive is aligning with my draconic, I don't want to date regular men anymore. I used to follow this goddess, and this goddess, she was dating this man, and he had nothing to do with what she was doing. And she was heavily into the arts. And she was like, he has nothing to do with what I'm doing. He has no idea what I'm doing. And we get along so well. God. So I was in my head, like, maybe I should give regular guys a chance. Like, maybe because I'm too far up my own ass. So I tried that, and it just turned into situations where, like, I'm helping you and I'm doing all these things for you, but when I ask for stuff back, you're treating me like I'm a regular girl. I'm like your baby mom and your sisters and your mother and your grandmother and all of them. Please never put me in the same box with your mother and your grandmother, because I will serve you to the point where you will hate me. Because I've watched your grandmother and your mother and trust and believe. They're not on my level for you to put me in the same box with them. Never, no.
So and why would you want to?
Why would you want to? I'm over here breaking generational curses, and you trying to put me in one. Don't do that.
Right? Like, nah, we're not doing that.
And then on top of that, a lot of mothers and grandmothers be like, "Don't be talking to that witch." Exactly. As soon as that happens, and you think that's funny to repeat that shit to me, you gotta get out my face.
Oh, they thought it was funny to repeat, like, so
mom thinks that like, shit, you know how they are.
Right, so what you say to stand up for me? What you say in my defense?
Exactly. So I think that now that I'm walking, and then like we just got done talking about the accidents I just been through, and I think that maybe those were like shadows of me entering this draconic unlocking thing of my Pluto and all that stuff like that. I think because all of this happened, I think it's time for me to stop trying to people please humans. Like really walking my solar plexus power. Like, bro, I really do dope shit. I really be eating people's energy when I'm on stage. I really can read people's, like, I don't need no fucking tarot cards, bro. I could walk up to you and I could see your face and I could tell you who you are. I don't need charts, honestly. I don't need those either. But people trust me more when I say those things. You know what I'm saying? It's like those are markers that y'all need me to say to y'all for y'all to say, oh, she does some dope shit. But I don't need any of this shit. I can look at you and tell you what needs to happen. Like, you can look at my face and tell me and see. Like, if you can see my face, like, like, bro, look at my eyes, nigga. Like, I'm built for this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. My eyes is big for a reason.
I don't know why they be trying to carry. I've been told you since you are not fucking mediocre at all. I don't know why they be motherfucking playing this shit.
I don't know why they be playing, but it's me. I have to be.
But they do it with me too.
I need to be accountable. No more humans, no more regular men. So if you don't know what I know and you can't do what I can do, then we can't talk.
I want
you telling me I'm pretty? I'm good off that.
The man that I envision for me is a god. I'm talking about fucking intellectual. Mm-hmm. That's how I like him. I always say I want a man, you know what I'm saying, that I feel is, a higher level of intelligence than me. That's just how I feel.
That's what I want. I want to learn.
Me. Right. Mm-hmm. I love to learn from my man. If you're not able to teach me to do anything, like, I just don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's always me being the fucking teacher or whatever, but now it's my turn to be taught. You
Yeah, I
know?
want to be taught. I want
And
to. I
still,
want to feel like all these girls be out here submitting and shit. I want to submit, but there's nobody that I feel is worthy. Like, bro, my energy
I'm
is
not submitting
big.
unless I'm not gonna submit because you command me to. I'm gonna
Yeah.
submit because hell, my body's gonna command to. You know what I'm saying? To do so. You know, because you're doing what you're doing to make me feel like I'm safe, I'm protected. You got this. I can fall back. I can do the trust and fall with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got me. You ain't gonna drop me. You gonna cradle me like a fucking baby and shit. You know. Yeah, you're gonna be my leader. Like I want my man to lead me. I don't want to lead my man every goddamn way. Like what the fuck?
And then I want him to look back when he need that spiritual guidance, because that's what I do.
Now
Like,
he ain't
babe,
gonna look back shit. He gonna look right on the side of him.
Ashe.
On the side, cause you right here where his heart at. Boom, closest to his fucking heart. He gonna look right there to his left. And you look, well, you ain't looking to your left because that's looking for another motherfucker.
I don't know what he looking at. That's funny.
It'd be crazy if our hearts were made on the right and theirs was on the left.
Nowadays, they've been telling us our heart is in the center. You don't see that no more? You ain't been seeing that? They've been starting to put our hearts in the center. I'm like, when that start happening?
I always thought it might have been like in the center. That's how I have it, but shit. But the anatomy that we have done in school, whatever, like, yeah, it's on the left side. I'm like, I can't feel my heartbeat though.
I can feel my heartbeat, but to tell you exactly where it's at beating, nah, I ain't doing all that. I can feel it more so in my thumb than I can feel it in my chest.
I feel it more in my head.
You feel it?
Maybe you can't feel it right there in the middle because your sternum is right here. So.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But you know what? You remember on Pulp Fiction when she overdosed? And they had to get that needle? And it was like you gotta put it right there on a breastplate.
Yeah, what were they sticking it in?
That was the adrenaline or whatever.
I know that, but like if they put it in the middle, where they sticking
that was her heart. It was supposed to go in her heart or whatever. Oh, my bad. Hold up.
You're right. You proving my point. They starting to tell us that it's in the middle when that start.
I'm thinking that he drew the circle like on a breast or whatever, but they said that they had to stick it right here.
You know what? I got my Juno is in Scorpio too. So Juno deals with like what you need in a bond and a relationship or a contract, and it's exactly what you just said. Like, bro, I want to be out. So in my dialogue with people before I had the vernacular that I have, I always said I like the big nigga in the room. And I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about energy. I always been on energy time. I just didn't have those words. But I like the big man in the room. I want the one that's not. I don't want no little nigga. The one that y'all picking at and everybody laughing at and telling jokes. Nah, I don't want that.
That's the one they said to go. Hey, my homeboy once said he want to holler at you.
Yeah. No. I don't want that one. I want the one that everybody respect. I want the one that turns heads in the room. That's what I like. So like finding out that my Juno was in Scorpio in the 4th house, home and family house, and safe spaces and nurture, I do feel safe with somebody like that. Oh, he got it. Nobody messes with him. Right. It just so happens
it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the man I want.
It's just that at one point in time, those just so happen to be the drug dealers, but that wasn't always intentional. I can go into a business office room and feel the same way. I no longer have that as
drug dealer who know how to handle business. Now we ain't talking about coke hustling.
No, but like I always like that big energy. I love the energy. I love the Scorpio energy. I ain't gonna hold you. I do love the energy of Scorpio men. They just have that until my Virgo energy dissects the shit out of you and I see how small you really are. And then I'm turned off. But in the beginning, when they walk in a room, they just have a cadence about them. Yeah, their outer shell is very attractive, visually. Their eyes are captivating. It's a whole thing. They're a whole thing. And then my Virgo energy starts analyzing them and it's just like, nah, sis, this ain't it.
Yeah, like it's too much.
Some other things that was associated with Oya is the machete, as she uses that to clear the pathway for the
Right, I
peoples.
seen that.
The water buffalo and the horsetail, because those are animals that usually God shapeshift into. And it's also said that she was shifted into a bull when she married
Yeah, she
Ogun.
had a tail of a bull or whatever. I think was what it said, or an ox or something.
Yeah, I think it was the tail and the horns, because she wears a
Uh-huh.
turban that has bull horns on it.
Did you get the picture? We have a visual we could put up here.
My bad, y'all. I should have been did this shit. I was out here tripping.
It's all good. I'm pretty sure that people can envision, and put together their own imagination as well.
This is the
I
visual
love
I
that.
have of Oya. Now you said Bridget. This is the one I have of Bridget in the Irish culture.
Yeah. She got that bullshit behind her.
No, that's not the Dutch symbol. I forget what this is. Where Muhammad at? You ain't here. I know you know what this is. Because she be drawing sigils and shit.
But I think we did speak on that symbol.
On the symbols, right? In the symbols episode.
Yeah,
are we doing that episode again? Oh, we did that episode already.
We did it already with knowledge.
Damn it.
Like the third or second one?
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think? You need to do a third one on the symbols episode? You can never have too many symbols.
Can never have too many. The next Sankofa season, we're gonna do it again. She's the goddess of poetic arts, crafts, prophecy, and divination. She's equal to the Roman goddess Minerva and Athena in Greece. She's one of the three goddesses, daughters of Dagda. Her feast day is on February 1st, while Oya's was on February 2nd. Yeah, Celtic, but that's what it means. It's just a regular Celtic symbol. And
I mean more than that. I don't know. Hold on.
She's a nymph goddess, so she
What's
she
it called?
about to get down.
What's it called?
And there's like several rivers in Britain and Ireland that are named after her. She brings healing, poetry, and smith. What's smithcraft?
Smith. I'm thinking about metal.
No, that's blacksmith, right?
I mean, it got Smith in it.
It does. The definition says smithcraft is the occupation or technique of a smith. I hate you. That's not a real definition. The work or craft of a smith, bro. All y'all can go to hell. I hate dictionaries. I need an etymology book.
I love etymology.
Yeah, me too. Like dictionaries.
I used to break down words all the way down to the letter sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's similar to the Om sign, she said. Thank
the Om?
Yeah.
How gods are born?
Om, like the peace symbol.
Sound. Yeah. They said gods are born from the sound of Om.
That makes sense because that's associated with the third eye. Your Moja is given credit for giving birth to majority of the Orishas. Her 14. Oh yeah, I guess it is like blacksmithing. Armorer, one who works in metal. That's funny. See, look, this is another facet.
No, you ain't trust me.
I know, right? My bad.
You ain't trust my etymology breakdown.
My bad. I should have known better. I didn't look in the dictionary. I went to the etymology book because the dictionary. Okay. But Google gave me the dictionary stuff on that. The top part before I get to the website I'm actually looking for. Oh, stinking ass.
It's cool.
Earth energy. Okay. Oh, I like this alignment. Okay, so maybe instead of calling myself Oya, maybe this was just an introduction to the fact that my progressive chart is entering Oya. Because this goddess, she's the goddess of poetry and smithcraft. I'm a smith crafter. I'll be rapping the jewels. I'm a jeweler, cuz I sling these rocks and these metals everywhere. What you want to do?
Right.
And then I write poetry and solar deity. I'm motherfucking sunshine. Let's go.
Come on.
With fire. I'm a Leo rising. Okay.
There you
Healing. Go. Don't I heal?
You had to use the fire to melt the metal.
Gang, gang. So I just feel like okay, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was an opening to like, okay, sis, you in the shadow of your dragon. I wonder. Okay, let me go to my progressive chart. Maybe I have something that has entered Scorpio now, and maybe that's to like wake up my to wake. I don't know. I'm pulling at straws here. If y'all know something, if y'all hear what I'm saying and it's clicking to y'all, I need answers. Help me. My vision is too close. I'm too close, man. I can't see.
You gotta be nearsighted. I mean, farsighted.
I need somebody that's looking through the windows. Tell me what you see, because I'm stressed. Maybe, like, I think maybe this was just like telling me, like, okay, girl, your draconic chart is starting to open up to your Scorpio stellium or something. But no, wait a minute. No, my sun, Mercury, Venus are all still in Libra. Wah, wah. But they're all in the mutable energy. Like I'm at 28 degrees in all of them. Except for Venus, I'm at 25 degrees. So that's cool. I'm getting there. I'm getting close to my draconic chart, y'all. Yes. All those placements should be in Scorpio.
I'm going to do a quiz to see what Orisha I'm most aligned with.
You're so silly. The only thing I have in my progressive chart that's in Scorpio is my Pluto. That's in all of my natal charts. So that's not really. Oh, I'm a Virgo rising right now. That's fun. That's probably why I don't want to be with nobody right now. They all turning me off. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, I'm doing the quiz now.
Oh, my midheaven is in Gemini now. Oh, that's why you guys are listening to me and everything is opening up for me because I'm be talking shit. Oh, I love it here. See, I gotta pay attention to my progressive chart more often. I'm missing out. But I am still in alignment, even though I'm not like studying the charts. But and that's always, I like the reassurance. Like, sis, you good. I can't wait to get this Libra shit out of my progressive chart, y'all. I've been out here letting people get away with shit in my space, playing in my face. Oh my god, right? I can't wait to get this Libra shit out of my chart. I might go to jail for a couple months because I got even some scores, but just know that soon as you hear me like, sis, I need something, I just entered my Scorpio chart.
Going to jail? First of all, you're not going to go to jail.
My Scorpio energy is ready to do some bullshit. Like it's gonna be like the levees broke, and the water gonna come out. Like
I'm definitely ready to have some vengeance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cast it upon. I need to put that name in a fucking jar.
I got a cousin that makes jars, and she's a Pisces, so you know they legit.
Yeah, I definitely need that.
Oh, ASAP. Okay. So I think I got the Catholic one too. I don't think so though. Oh, okay. So let me tell you about this funky ass story. So you remember how last year we was talking about Medusa and how Medusa is really the goddess from Libya. She was an Aboriginal woman from Libya, and they raped her in the temple.
They raped her and cut her head off and stuff.
This hoe got the motherfucking head on her shield. So this is another. Yeah, Athena and Minerva from Greece and Rome. I never liked
that dusty hoe anyways.
Right. So this is like more personifications. Like they even had their deities walking around with our deities' heads on their shields. They got their
love to have the heads on there and shit.
Right. But you know what's wild? So they whitewashed all of their deities, right? Mm-hmm. Even the deities that they were at war with. So if you're not paying attention, like they literally say Medusa is from Libya. So to think that it's a white woman with snakes on her head instead of a Libyan woman with locks is wild. So you hear
the snakes might have been just the locks, and they just call it snakes.
They knew what they was doing. They was trying to glamorize them kidnapping and raping an Aboriginal woman and putting it in their stars. So now you got these strong women walking around with an Aboriginal woman on their shield. That sounds a lot like a lot of things that these so-called Greece and Roman women do. They stay with our Aboriginal heads on their shields. Same energy for these this feminists, this goofy feminists. They always got our heads on their damn shields. You got all these Aboriginal women like, yeah, I'm a feminist. I'm a feminist. whatever. You all know this movement ain't for us. Once again, the Roman and Greek women got our heads on their damn shields.
Right.
Nothing new under the sun, man. That shit pissed me off. I hate seeing stuff like this. And then y'all got, and you know what's crazy? They only teach us about Greek and Roman mythology. So of course, when I was younger, I was obsessed with it because that's all they would feed me. And I just thought that these stories were beautiful. And if they felt like some, like not like I lived those things verbatim because it didn't make sense, but it was just like, I don't know, it just felt, I don't know, it just felt like something. But when I learned about the Orisas, then that's when it felt like I was in like my lineage realm with things and stuff started to make sense. Like they whitewashed a lot of our characters that show us, you know, they're like fables that tell us.
You would
about
think that everybody was right. That's like,
yeah,
they want to program you to think like
right.
everything was white ruled everything.
So where did we come from? If all
around,
y'all was white,
we dropped out the sky in damn 1565,
and they made us slaves by the 1700s.
Right. Right, and brought us over here to America.
Speaking of the 1700s, 1776 was the last time Pluto was in Aquarius.
Yes. We
talked about Oya and Sanko not only being siblings, but also being married. I tell you, that happened on March 23rd, 23. 555 or 557, however way you want to look at it. So was that 10, 17? That adds up to 8. So it was on the 8th day that that Pluto entered Aquarius. That very moment that Pluto entered Aquarius, it started thundering and lightning. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Oya would make the storm come to announce the arrival of Sango, who would bring the rest of the lightning and all that stuff like that. So I thought that was dope. I thought it was so fucking dope. I was sitting here where I'm sitting at right now. This is the window, so I could hear everything. And I think I was talking to somebody. And literally the very moment it started thundering and lightning, and there's this girl across the street that be smacking on her baby dad. She started smacking on her baby dad that very fucking second. It just happened again not too long ago, right after it started raining. She got to be in a lot. She got to be a Scorpio or have like a crazy Scorpio placement somewhere.
You should make friends with her.
I do not want to be that girlfriend. She needs some pills. She don't need no friends. She needs some regulators, because that's what she just did for a whole hour and a half in somebody's house.
She might need some spiritual guidance, sis.
Listen, I need support. It's a group of us. She don't need just me. She need a group. I need support to walk in. I'm not. The cop. Listen, sis, the cops came and left. Like, they didn't want to do her shit.
Hey, that means they thought nothing was wrong, and
that's terrible. I got sons. I don't play that shit. He need to call the sister or cousin to come beat that ass, because ain't no way. She does that on a regular. I don't really like to parlay with people.
What is he doing
straight.
to her? What is he doing?
I don't know.
You know, there's two sides to a story, though. So
I absolutely agree. Like that? I have no idea, but whatever he's doing, he needs to stop it. Stop it right now. Scooby was looking out the window, looking at me like, "You see this shit? I'm minding my business, Scooby. I got a podcast to do. Everybody looking out the window with you, but let me know what's going on now."
Oh yeah,
my dog is so nosy. It's ridiculous. He be out every time he hear a noise. Yeah, I pray for her. I pray for both their healing, especially if that's her baby dad. That means that there's a child in the middle of this, and that's the saddest part that nobody's thinking about.
Yeah, you're right. It's fucked up.
So peace to the three of them. Coming back. To
our Scorpios and Pluto. You want to discuss our Scorpios and Pluto?
Yeah. So your Pluto placement deals with like your obsessions, what you're obsessed with, your deepest values, where like it's like this like really really deep water. Yamoja, Olukun, Oya, these are our water signs, right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I just got done watching. Well, I didn't finish it because I gotta finish watching the last 15 minutes. But I watched Elemental last night, and it was so good. I was over here like, oh my Gosh, it's a cartoon movie. It's like one of those Pixar movies, but it's about the elements, and it was about the fire element, and she was all fire, and they were Asian fire people. It was so cute, but of course they didn't have a lot of money, and they were showing all the the temperament of fire, and she falls in love with a water sign, and he's crying all over the place, and he brings her home to his family. They have this thing where fire and water can't touch each other, so the whole movie was like this fear of her getting close to him, and she's like, my dad is going to kill you, because her dad is like a firefighter, like, what the fuck, no water, blah 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 blah. It was highly recommended, y'all. I really wish they would have put earth and air in it a little bit more, to show the opposites of earth and air, and then also to show how earth and water complement each other, how air and fire complement each other. Hopefully there's some 2s and 3s coming up to really show like the different, but I thought that was, I enjoyed it. I was
a
teasing the whole
children's movie.
Yes, I had more fun than my kids, because I could see, more than they could, when it came to the characters and the actions and the little things that they could do and their attitudes and stuff like that. Especially watching the water signs cry over everything, and how they were invoking emotion out of, like, how you could see their superpower of showing people who they are. Like, the guy she was dating was a water sign. He was so insightful, and he was encouraging her, and he was making her feel good about herself and all. And I will say that about the Scorpios that I've dated these past couple of years, is that they support, like, the words of encouragement were so beautiful every time. Like, they really made me feel good about myself. So shouts to y'all, because y'all really did build up the kid. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, but like, he just kept encouraging her and showing her he showed her what her gifts were. Even his mother was like, you have a gift, and da 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 da. Like, that's what these water energies are good at. They're going to show you your gifts. They're going to show you these beautiful things. Pluto is a representation of 9 generations in your lineage. So when you tap into your Pluto energy, you can tap into your 9 generations of self, your 9-year thing, your 9-year lessons of self, your karmic 9s. Because y'all hear me tell y'all all the time in these episodes, I get all my lessons on the 9s, whether it's 9 weeks, 9 months, 9 years. My longest relationship was 9 years, Jesus Christ. All these things. It's 1 year on Earth is 248 years. 1 year on Pluto is 248 years on Earth. And Pluto it shows the rise and fall of nations. So when you do the math, like I said, the last time Pluto was here was in 1776.
Yeah.
And then we go back into like the 1300s when the invasion started. In 1492, Columbus finally came over here officially. He had already came over here a couple of times before that to scope out the place, but 1492 is the one time they actually want to talk about it. Fuck y'all. Y'all was over here a few times trying to get these maps, and we talk about that in Virgo Version Talk, the history of the maps episode. How the maps over here in North and South Americas, before it was called North and South America, these maps were hidden. In fact, they still don't know what the side of the earth looks like completely, because those ancient maps were buried, they were hidden. And those aboriginals over there in Africa and Europe and stuff that everybody loved to brag and boast about, even they couldn't get the maps, because they were trying to get the maps over here as well. We weren't getting along with them. And that's why there's so much energy towards, oh, come back home, blah, 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 blah. Time out. Some of y'all are cool with going back over there because some of y'all lineage does come back from over there. So that's why when you go over there, da da da. But for those of y'all who over here and y'all feel strong about it and y'all get irritated, da da da, that's why, because your tribe is from here and you know those secrets. You know them people was selling their own people to come here, and you know them people was plotting on coming over here and getting our maps and getting our land and the different minerals that we had here. So it's some things that we know that's embedded in our DNA. There was different deities that came to us before the colonists came to us, and they were telling us to get it together and start to unite and blah, 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 because a bigger force was coming. We had all of that stuff. That stuff happened. But, our culture, we're getting closer to doing our shadow work. We're not there yet. They still over here praising the fact that they taught their oppressors how to wash their ass. I don't understand why you brag about stuff like that. Like, that's nothing to brag about. If anything, you should be embarrassed and ashamed and asking for some type of something, because, like, bro, what? You taught them how to do everything, so they came over here and did all this stuff, and they're not even doing it correctly because our water is dirty, our food is dirty, everything is poison, and y'all think it's poison because they smart. It's not poison because they smart. It's poison because they're dumb. It's poison because they're nasty, dirty people. And we've gotten lazy and subservient to their savage ways to where our generations at this point no longer know how to be self-sufficient. I watched a video earlier today. A goddess was talking about how women are changing. So I really love the fact that we've had this Oya conversation throughout this episode. And we were talking about what we want in a partner because that also deals with Oya. Yeah. Oya deals with partnership and shared finances and gatherings. And what this elder said was, she said, women are starting to look at men differently. Do you know how to fish? Do you know how to hunt? Can you fix the stuff in my house? Can you fix my car?
It's going to be my husband.
Exactly.
I said, a man that shows me how to fish, it will be my husband.
I'm waiting for
it will be my husband.
I'm waiting for me to confidently tell me
like that, but I've always said
it's not simple. That's the thing, sis. It's not simple. It's not simple. It's not simple. And I was talking to my peoples about it. You know, shouts to he was telling me, you know, the feminization of men started way before this community came and started playing with genders and stuff like that. The feminization of men came when men's survival became more about money and less about self-sufficiency and actually building your home and farming your own food and hunting and, you know, making your own clothes by skinning animals and all that stuff. That was the beginning of the feminization of man, but that's the part that nobody want to talk about because it will require man to go back to a certain state that they're not trying to go back to. You can't even rely on a man to get money now. So you damn sure, God forbid you ask a man to build your house or fix your car or whatever. These men don't know how to do those things. And honestly, that's always been a turnoff to me. I dated men and I'm like, because I learned how to fix my own car. My dad know how to fix cars. My uncles know how to fix cars. Why would I date somebody who don't? You think I'm gonna introduce you to my dad, bro? And you don't know how to do the stuff my dad know how to do?
I'm like, what?
My dad gonna text me later like, Worm, I don't even know. Because first of all, my dad's a Scorpio, so he don't listen.
He ain't with the bullshit.
He ain't with the bullshit. And if you think my vernacular is mean, there's some stuff that my dad don't even remember. He said to me that I still cry on my pillow at night about it, even though I know my father loves me. So, so I'm not bringing. And when I was younger, I didn't know any better. I was just in love, so I would just bring men, and I'm like, Dad, why don't you like him? But I love him.
First of all, he didn't even greet me right. He said, "What's up?"
Exactly. But my dad always knew what he was talking about. So now, as I'm getting older, I'm like, you know what? If you can't do the stuff that my dad can do, then you're not. I'm not taking you seriously, bro. I'm not taking you seriously. I need you to do more than my dad can do.
None of the men I have, not even my children's fathers, ex-husbands, and their whatever, none of them could make up my dad's pinky finger.
And if I tell my dad I needed $100 right now,
he got it.
He got it. I don't know how he got it, but he got it.
I'm speaking on intelligence. I'm speaking on his character. I'm speaking on his abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. He's just overall just.
And my dad can cook and clean. My dad is a best cook. I used to love it when he cooked. Because his girlfriend used to only make banquet meals with her old lazy.
I was under my dad a lot when I was a child. I was
too.
I was under my dad. I was under my dad more than I was under my mother. Like a lot of my childhood memories came from me and my dad. You know what I'm saying? Me being in the presence of my dad all the time. And I'm talking about doctor's appointments, whatever.
What house is your Pluto in? Are you is your dad in alignment with your Pluto placement? Is that why we're obsessed with our dads? Because my Pluto's in Scorpio. My dad's a Scorpio. And my Pluto is in my third house.
My dad's a Sagittarius. But
is your Pluto in Sag in your tropical chart? I mean, in your Vedic chart?
That's the one I sent you, right? With the Indian thing? The Indian
No, that's the nakshatra. I don't know. Hold on, let me check. Cause I'm like, well, maybe that's why I'm so obsessed with my dad. Cause I do got a little obsession. Like, bro, if you not like my dad, you go to hell.
I love my dad because Oh no, you know what I'm saying? He could say things to hurt me, whatever, make me feel like I'm a little girl, like cry, make me feel like a little girl, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that's just him or whatever. But my daddy does. I'm my daddy's girl.
Yeah, you gotta know how to fix a car and cook a good meal
Yeah, my
and
dad
and
definitely does
fix
that.
boo boos, and you gotta be tough
Or
and
at least know how to feed me. If you don't know how to cook, at least find a means to feed me. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I don't be hungry for too long. Make sure I'm not hungry. Right.
I ain't mad.
And my
And
daddy,
then my Juno is also in Scorpio too, with Pluto. So it's just like that's probably where my obsession comes with, like wanting bonds and all this stuff like that. I want it.
you said my
However,
Vedic chart. I don't know how do I get the Vedic chart on here?
what you want? Astro Matrix?
Yeah.
Okay. So in settings, where you see, where it says so when you go to the top, it says you press the settings button and it says time system Western.
Uh-huh.
Touch that.
Okay, I see it. Vedic. Okay, and then the house system still Placidus, right?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
and then it should pop up. Or you
Refresh.
might have, yeah, you might have to press refresh, but it should pop up.
Commercial.
I hate those shits.
I hate them shits too. Okay. What? My son is in Libra? Wow.
Oh, that's fun. I'm
My
still a
moon,
Virgo.
my moon is still Capricorn. My Mercury is in Libra. My Venus is still in Scorpio.
Oh, you little love
My Pluto
bug.
is still in Scorpio. Yeah, my Pluto is still in Scorpio.
Oh, all right. Um, Pluto rules over your areas in your life that you need transformation, death and rebirth, destruction and healing. It's also where you will find your power and your secrets and how you will transform. It's also where your accidents are.
Oh,
So
hold on.
I
Wait a
guess
minute.
my Pluto being in my third house, that makes sense
Hold on.
because
Who's that?
that
Oh, I'm not. Hold on. I'm looking at somebody else's birth chart.
my family got a lot of dusty secrets. My nana
This
be
ain't even
telling
my
stuff
birth chart.
sometimes. My papa will say stuff sometimes. I really want to know about my mom's paternal side. I want to know why that's such a big secret. Um,
This ain't even my birth chart I'm looking at, sis. Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Recalculating. I know, right? Like, hold up, hold
What are
up,
you
hold
looking
up.
at, the transit chart?
I don't even know, sis. No, I was looking at somebody else's chart that somebody wanted me to find out what they shit was.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me get out of that. Okay. Let me make sure my Pluto's still in damn Scorpio.
Excuse me. But yeah, my
Oh.
Pluto being in third house, I guess like a lot of the secrets and power and stuff is coming from my, third house deals with like place of communication and like neighbors, immediate family, like siblings, parents, cousins, first cousins, kind of like the people I grew up around and stuff like that. Which there is a heavy concentration of Pluto placements in that realm. Like my dad's a Scorpio, my closest cousin was a Scorpio, and there were some secrets with her and little things that we put together when we were younger. It was weird. And then the same thing, like my sister is a Scorpio. Our relationship is weird. My niece is a Scorpio. That's my baby. So it's
Okay.
a lot of that energy around. And then I was born in my Pluto. Like it's only Pluto over here. So it's like my neighborhood has a lot of secrets. Like I live in Burlington City in New Jersey. And like Timbuktu is literally like 15, 20 minutes away. So like, it's uprooting the secrets of the map. Also living in Burlington City, the history of this town. It's a lot of history in this town that's very weird. This was the area where George Washington actually left that night when he was going down to the Delaware River to attack in the night or whatever. And this area, this city was actually like a whorehouse, like a bathhouse. This is where the presidents and all the politicians would come and gamble. A lot of prostitutes were here, and you can only imagine a lot of them were slaves. A lot of them weren't like, willing participants in things. And I really believe that energy still lives on in this area because the people out here are fucking weird. I mean, they're nice. It's a lot of nice people out here, but it's like a very weird mist in this neighborhood. amongst these people, and a lot of them are alcoholics. A lot of them drink a lot. When COVID happened, the only thing that was open was the liquor store, and it was so wild how long that line was. It was wrapped around damn. Oh, I'm echoing. I must have said some shit. It was wrapped around the damn, and you know, we got one liquor store.
We got plenty around here.
2 liquor store, 3. Yeah, we got 4 liquor stores. Mind you, Burlington City is not that big. It's not that big. It's literally like a housing development, because literally right on the other side of the road is Burlington Township that has they own shit. So like for us to have 4 liquor stores and no grocery store is a wild. We have no grocery store, but 4 liquor stores. They closed the one grocery store we had during COVID. Yeah. So like, but it's keeping that energy alive. Like I'm telling you, like the soul of this area, this was the bathhouse. This was where the presidents and all them would come and gamble and rape women and get drunk. So it makes sense. Like, bro, like during COVID, when everybody's going through these things, the only thing that's open is liquor stores, and everybody around here is always drunk. Like, bro, niggas out here be popping pills and drunk all the time. Like, y'all not dehydrated? Like, the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why y'all gotta drink so much? What is that?
That's all there is to do here.
It's sad.
There's no entertainment outside of having alcohol involved. But then you have alcohol and your kitchen is closed. Like, you just drinking more alcohol? You're not feeding it?
You can't. Ain't no food out here. We in a food desert. Pluto also rules over harmful radiation. So when Pluto makes transits in certain areas, especially when it goes back to Aquarius, y'all know Aquarius is associated with air. Y'all pay attention, because I know y'all been saying that it's another one of them things coming around where we're gonna have to be in a crib again. So when Oya goes back to the air, pay attention. Right now, Oya is in dirt. It's in Capricorn. It went back to Capricorn. It's in retrograde, repeating the degrees in the dirt. Okay? So pay attention. You know, pay attention to your dirt. Pay attention to your bones, because Capricorn energy rules over the bones and things like that. Pluto also rules over the formation of cells. So the formation of cells in your bones. Pay attention to that right now. Also the reproductive organs. Oya rules over, because, you know, she was barren for so long, and then she had 9 stillburns, and then turned around and had 9 babies. So, you know, bringing it back to 18, which is still 9. That's a big deal. So, you know, when people were barren and stuff like that, they would pray to Oya. They would sacrifice to Oya. The things that Oya does not like sacrificed on her behalf are rams and bulls, because they transform from Orisa to, you know, animal form. Those were the animals that could, you notice in a lot of those stories, everybody want to be a ram or a bull. Anyway, so don't do that. And, you know, this is another reason why I feel so connected to Oya. So there's a joke in my house, because, you know, I make everything out of beans, okay? I don't really like to use the fake meat and stuff like that. I've mastered manipulating beans. So when you want to worship her, you're going to make something called a karta, which is you mush beans, or you make like a hummus. You boil it up and then you fry it. And I'm in my head like, ooh, that sounds good. But like, I be eating, they got these chips now. I like these. These are fava beans. Yeah, they're fava beans. I be munching on these on. Well, Miles done took them over. I got a tourist, y'all. He eats all my snacks.
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah, my tourist be coming home from his dad's like, ooh, I see all these snacks around. And he just eats all my stuff up. I be barren by the time he leaves. And then yeah, I eat a lot of beans. Like, you know, my child makes a joke about me being the bean lady in the house and stuff like that. It's wild.
Mrs. Bean.
Mrs. Bean?
Yeah.
I like that, Miles. Miles got jokes too.
Right, all the time. Oh, and here go another one, sis. Okay, so the Catholic version of Bridget is Saint Bridget, and so she had a sacred fire that's in Ireland, and there is kept alive by 19 nuns. 19 nuns have to circle the sacred fire to keep the fire burning. And then on the 20th day, And then on the 20th day is when Bridget comes and she washes with them.
The sacred fire for 19.
But
days on the
19,
20th day.
my birthday is 9/19, y'all. I got the 19s in my June. I was like, oh, that's another one. And then, okay, in modern Scotland, she was credited as the midwife of Virgin Mary. I didn't know that. And many holy wells are dedicated to her.
So in Scotland, she was the midwife of Virgin Mary.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Like, who knew Virgin Mary was in Scotland?
That's exactly what the fuck I'm thinking. So she traveled down there.
I gotta get my Bible knowledge together because that blew me.
Like, you see how many different versions of something there is, you know? And who would have thought to ask about the midwife of I thought the midwife was like John the Baptist's mother.
Oh, the other Mary, right? That would have made sense. I don't know. I mean, well, they was pregnant at the same time, so they both needed.
They was pregnant at the same time, but I think John the Baptist was born first, weren't he? Let's see.
So if you're dealing with so as far as the 8th house goes, because y'all know that Pluto's associated with the number 8 in the 8th house. Yeah, the 5 of beans are popping. I like 5 of beans. The 8th house rules over sex, death, and rebirth, transformations, power, and secrets. And natal planets in this house reveal to us an attraction to the supernatural or occult topics and intense romances.
Yeah, John the Baptist was born 6 months before Jesus.
Oh, that's a nice number. I like that number. So he was born in they say Jesus was born in December, right? Like All-Star.
Well, they say really he was born in September. He was conceived in December. Okay.
So that would make John the Baptist a Gemini and Virgo. Oh, I like that. Okay. I like that.
Indeed.
Yeah. Let's go with that. We're gonna write our own Bible. Write that down. Make sure we put that in our Bible. Because we finna change the game. Since they want to change history, we finna change history, sis. We about to write our own motherfucking Bible with these first 3 seasons of Virgo Genital. We finna fuck it up. Since y'all like...
and I only referred back to Jesus being born in September because when I was studying as a Jehovah's Witness a long time ago, they were saying when he was born, like, you know, shepherds were herding their sheep, you know, all that or whatever. They don't do that in December. You know what I'm saying? They do that.
They don't.
Around in September. He was conceived in December. So yeah.
Well, you got 4 planets in your 9th house. What? How many planets you got in your 8th house? Ooh. That makes sense, Danielle. What you were saying. I think that's dope. My mom was into the Jehovah's.
Jesus was a Virgo. Y'all was trying to save these motherfuckers.
He was, and he was very sweet. So he must have been a Virgo Libra cusp, which is a curse. I too play in those waters. I want to be nice, but you can eat a dick. I
don't know. I got 1 8th house placement.
Let me see what my 8th house placements are. Where do you have an 8th house?
Jupiter in Pisces.
Ooh. Your Jupiter is in Pisces, so your generosity will come from you tapping into your spiritual self and your subconscious and listening to your dreams.
That's why I want to know so much about myself. But that aligns with my Pluto being in Scorpio as well, though.
Nice.
You know, find out more about myself. Also with my Saturn, you know what I'm saying? And my Saturn in Sagittarius.
I like that.
Closing the gates for whoever wants to misuse my birth chart information.
Oh, you can't. People can't use my shit because, like, I could tell you I feel comfortable telling people what my plans are. Somebody tried to send me something to me earlier today, and I told him, I was like, bro, like, he was like, I wanted to send you this, but I felt like a wall there, like I didn't, you know, I was nervous, and I made a joke, but I was dead ass though, like, I got walls around my energy. My energy is very well protected. I don't let people read me and stuff. I can tell you my plans, but you still not gonna read me, bro. Like you could try, you're gonna start stuttering and stuff, and then something bad gonna happen to you. So don't try to touch my energy. Because once I learned about my draconic chart, I started playing with it. So don't try, like for your own good and your own safety, leave my energy alone, bro, unless I invite you in. Otherwise you're gonna get hurt. Don't do it.
Yeah, I think I'm a I don't think I'm
was
an easy
Cancer. I
read
hope not. My Chiron isn't Cancer.
Jupiter and Saturn in the 8th. Oh.
Ooh, okay. So the 8th house is natal planets in this house reveal an attraction to the supernatural or occult topics and intense romances. So like your intensity spaces having intense energy, whatever zodiac energy that Jupiter and Saturn is in, make it intense. Because Jupiter and Saturn also are spaces of business. The order and the structure of the business, and then the pinnacles, how you do the customer service part, or grabbing people in to get the generosity and the wisdom, the practicing of that business. But it's going to the house of the solar plexus. It's dealing with be mindful of being imbalanced, because 8 is a number of balance. So if you start seeing 8s around you, it might be because you're becoming imbalanced in that area.
I'm trying to think.
That's probably why I got hit on 8th and Market. I wasn't balanced in my business though, because I said that I was like, I don't want to do no more stuff in Philly. I was getting really, really irritated with people in Philly, bro. Like and then my Pluto's in my 3rd house with the community. That's not even my community. I'm from Jersey. Like, they was really like, I was going out there, and this was my progressive chart is in Libra. So I'm going out there, and the culture out there is a little bit different. Like everybody is harder. Everything is harder. Like it's like you guys are unnecessarily like, well, it's necessary where y'all live at for y'all to be like that. But like we're in amongst spiritual people, and you still have that like dog eat dog mentality and energy, even amongst spiritual people that's trying to community build. That's weird to me. Like chill, relax, breathe. Like
I spoke to somebody last night at work, and they was like, they went to visit Philly. They was like, they did not like it at all.
It's a lot of shit to do, but the energy, I don't like the energy being out there. And I said that, I kept saying that in my head. In fact, I was texting my aunt when it wasn't the moment I got hit. I was actually paying attention to crossing the street. But like, I had texted my aunt on the bus, and I was like, this will be my last Philly event. I don't want to come back here. I don't like being here, and I don't like every time I'm working with someone, it always feels like I'm over giving or I'm overdoing, and it's not that they're not doing anything. It's a lack of reciprocation, and it's a lack of appreciation, and I feel it, and I don't appreciate it. Like y'all don't appreciate me out there. It's just like, oh, sunshine, come over here and do this. I'm gonna milk you, make you feel like this is for you too, but it's not really. Like, I don't like that. Like, and that doesn't apply to everybody. So you take it personal. You can if you want to, whatever. But like, that was just like my overall experience. Like, I'm good off that. That energy is very weird to me. So I was like, I don't want to do too much out there no more. I'm good. And then I get hit. Like, oh, you good? Fine. Stay your ass at home on the motherfucking couch.
Right.
Like whatever, fuck y'all. But I did get hit on 8th and Market, and then Pluto also assists is the goddess of the marketplace and stuff like that. The 8th house is also associated with intimacy, shared finances, inheritances, taxes, loans, assets, your goals, your sense of mystery, joint ventures, and bonding at the deepest level. Like you want to be in that person's skin. And I will admit, with my Juno being in Scorpio, I do want to be in people. I'd be like, I want to be in your skin. Just wear me.
I want to be where the people are.
Right.
I want to know like a person's like deepest inner thoughts and shit. But I don't try to read into their deep thoughts, and I don't really question. I'd rather for somebody to tell me their most deepest thoughts, willingly. I don't want to have to act, pry it out of you or, ask any probing questions to get there.
I agree. If you make me feel like you don't want to tell me something, my Virgo energy notices that. Like, why you don't want to tell me? Why you being weird about that? Whatever.
Right.
But I won't push. Like you
Yeah, I'm
don't want
not
to
gonna
tell
question.
me, I'm gonna act like it's not an issue, but in the inside, it's an issue. It's a fucking issue.
Yeah,
And my Virgo energy will keep analyzing it.
yeah.
I don't have any eighth house placements. Mm-mm. Even my Juno that's in Scorpio, it's in the fourth house. So that's towards my home and family. I like Scorpio energy in my home and family. Um, it's probably my mom and dad over there. I love my mom and my dad. But yeah, that's Scorpio energy as far as the eighth house goes. Now, if you guys are into astrocartography, this is the mindset that like not only were the planets surrounding you in that particular place that you were born, but they were like in particular positions across the whole map when you were born, right? So when you get into Pluto on the astrocartography chart, Pluto's space is big changes, transformations, and growth, lots of upheavals and extreme destructive, occurrences. In this space, you face your fear and traumas happen here.
So, what are some questions that we should ask ourselves about our Pluto placements?
You said your Pluto was where, sis?
Scorpio.
Oh yeah, that's right. We both said that. Okay. So, and what house is it in? Dang, she hung up on me. Okay, so Scorpio energy is associated with loyalty, being goal oriented, because they're very calculating beings. Which is why I do not be falling for that play dumb energy that Scorpios do, because that is a calculation. They like to strike when least expected, so they like to play like they'll know whatever, so they can strike. But they're always plotting, just like we go watch like a Scorpio movie. Lovingly sensitive, not forgiving, they hold grudges, jealousy, and that's that mindset of a Scorpio, always moving, ready to attack. So like, it's like a survival skill type of thing, where like, Scorpios know when they're around certain kind of energy, I gotta move like this, my claws gotta be first, my stinger gotta be ready. And that's where that mindset of a grudge, like, oh, you always hold a grudge, you always ready to attack. You gotta think about how a Scorpion moves.
I don't know why I do that all the time.
Harold Cootie is associated with
but,
the enforcement of the celestial government. That's the fifth house in the sphere of life when you're dealing with the Sephirah and the Kabbalah. And this is the enforcement of law, which alignment with a series of courageousness and fearlessness. I couldn't say the word for a minute. What was you saying? What house is your Pluto in?
The fourth.
Oh, mine too. Oh, that's why we love. Oh no, yours is in the fourth. Mine is in the third. That's still family though. Yours is home and family and nurturing
you
spaces.
Find something. There's some way to put us together too, sis. Like,
right?
What? It's still right there.
It's still right there. It's like, mine is my community. The community be traumatizing my ass, but what be traumatizing your ass is your home and family.
Right. Exactly. Like, when is it gonna stop?
I don't know. I just want to move. I love y'all. I love it here, but like y'all be traumatizing the shit out of me. I'm a Leo rising. I'm always gonna be a kid, and y'all just be like, fuck that. Like, damn. Can we hug and kumbaya? No. Okay. No. And then it's funny because when I go out, like when I go to certain areas, like my whole life, like even when I was a kid in certain parts of Jersey, I lived in urban areas, I lived in suburban areas, I lived in so many different areas of Jersey. And whenever I was in like urban areas in New Jersey, it always like girls hated me. Like especially when I first moved out here in Broad City, girls used to be waiting for me out after school. I was friends with mean girls because we had the same sense of humor, but like they would use my sense of humor to try to get people to fight me, like, oh, such and such said this, and it was a whole thing. So me and my girlfriends, we had our yearbooks, and we had a night, we all was writing in our yearbooks, we all had jokes, whatever. Why they go back to school and tell everybody what I wrote in my yearbook but didn't write? And so I had all these girls trying to jump me because of what they think I wrote in my yearbook that my so-called friends told them, and eventually I ended up getting removed from the school out here and I had to move. But they used to follow me. They used to try to follow me after school every day. I went to the principal's office and I told the truth about my address, because if you live out here, there's no buses out here. You have to walk to school. And walk home from school. So like, bro, I'm not walking to a home from school, and like, y'all don't even want to shoot the fair one. Y'all want to jump me. Like, talking about, so she thinks she cute. She thinks she cute. That's why I want to fight her. So I'm supposed to walk around and think I'm ugly? You fucking weirdo.
Right.
And
yeah.
And the weirdest thing about it is a lot of these girls out here, when I run into them now being present, they still the same energy towards me, same energy towards life, like just the same. Like, oh, okay.
Ain't shit changed.
I don't know what to do with that. But I'm grateful that I pulled my kids out of school and stuff, so I don't even gotta see that energy on a daily basis no more. Like, I really only see them if I run into them in Wawa or something like that, which I'm cool. I'm cool.
You got them hands, sis. Ain't nobody
okay. Your Pluto's in the second house, and then you got your Jupiter and your Saturn and Scorpio. You a little obsessed with the Pentacles, ain't you, baby? Hey, I ain't mad, but don't overwork yourself. Don't be over there doing the most to possess things, because abundance is always physical.
What's his sun sign? He might be a Capricorn.
He a Virgo rising. You know he a workhorse. Give yourself grace, King.
Right.
Give yourself grace.
You say he a Virgo rising?
Yeah, that's what he wrote. He wrote he a Virgo rising.
What's his sun?
Yeah, what's your sun? Because you got a lot of placements that say, hey, I overwork myself and I don't give myself grace or rest.
Right.
And you came to the right ones during Cancer season. We about to get you right.
Right. Because I definitely was like, you know what? I'm going to do this, but at least I got a little freedom where I can, take a rest if I want to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree.
For real.
Progressive from all that Virgo energy to Pluto kind of like took, and that's probably why like I be talking about like maybe like my best years was in school, but I'm glad I got all my Virgo time in my progressive chart when I was in school, because I fucked that shit up. School was great. I had a great time as far as like passing things and getting my accolades and stuff like that. That was a good time to have. I think my plans were really dope for me. I'm really enjoying this journey. I'm really enjoying this journey. On my 19th birthday, that's when I almost died in the Bahamas. I wonder what the longitude and latitude is of that area, Bahamas. I bet you that those numbers align with my near-death experience. Your birthday was on 6. Oh, you're a Cancer. Happy belated, baby.
You gonna cry in the car? We cry in the car every day when you get off work. Work so hard. Nah, we just kidding with you, King. That's marvelous.
Cancers are beautiful. It's just the water energy is very, very deep. Yeah, very, very deep.
It's just the Cancers I've came across, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just like Scorpios could be pretty dope. It's just the Scorpios that you came across. Because Ladybug is a dope Scorpio.
No, I don't want to take away from the Scorpios. Like, they're all really dope Scorpios. It's just like the little things that they do in my space. I just really don't
on the
like.
cusp too, though.
And you gotta look at the other placements too.
Yeah, and Ladybug's on the cusp too, though.
Yeah.
Because she's the 23rd of October, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's like right there.
She's like, yeah, right there with Libra and yeah. Mm-hmm. So she's very caring. She's very caring, very nurturing. My
Chiron is in Cancer. So Chiron is where you get your wounds at. And I do have a lot of maternal wounds. I won't lie to you. I got a lot of maternal wounds. So I'm figuring it out.
Oh, mine's in Gemini.
Is the Bahamas in Cancer?
Maybe. You wanted to find out the latitude and longitude, right? The geographical location.
No, it's not. It's not in Cancer. You want to know what's in Scorpio, though? So the places on our planet that's ruled by Scorpio is Angola, Lebanon, Panama, Zambia, Cambodia, Finland, Bavaria, Norway. Morocco is ruled by Scorpio. The rise and fall of the Moroccan Empire is always in alignment with Pluto. Pay attention. Queensland, Korea, Syria, and Transvaal. Some cities that are associated.
Where I'm learning Swahili.
Oh man.
Oh.
And I started looking at Virgo.
I never thought about desiring to go. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Baltimore and DC are ruled by Scorpio. DC is ruled by Scorpio. That's some bullshit. Cincinnati, New Orleans, Liverpool, Newcastle, all ruled by Scorpio.
Yeah, well, I wasn't born there, so.
No. Nope. But those are spaces.
Born in Tennessee. What is Tennessee?
So those places. You born in Tennessee? My mother was born in Memphis.
I rarely travel to Tennessee.
We might be cousins.
We might be.
All those places I just named are undergoing, they're in the root chakra. We're going back to the root chakra in those places. That's why I was saying, like, when Pluto enters Aquarius, in 2024 is going to be around election time, which is interesting because Washington D.C. is ruled by Scorpio. So if it's going back into Aquarius, like, it's interesting. Haven't worked a 9 to 5 in 2 years. Good. Make sure you rest and you give yourself grace, and you don't take that employee mentality to whatever it is you decide to do thereafter. That's what's up, though. I'm happy for you. And then also tap into your progressive chart to see, how far you're going. The progressive chart is really dope. It really lets you know, like, the process of how things are going. Now, as far as the astrology houses and their diseases, the 8th house deals with external genitalia, organ mutilation, long-term illnesses, accidents, sex falls under the 8th house.
No!
Sex. However, the 8th house in astrology chart is considered to have a direct bearing upon one's longevity or span of life in this world. Moreover, weakening of this house even causes misfortune, mental anxiety, surgery, etc. So, I don't have any 8th house placements.
With a low sex drive and fucked up genitalia. Oh, like that when they vagina falls out. That's crazy. I never would myself like that.
Preeclampsia. Yeah, no, I'm good. Prolapse.
I'm good on
that's
all
what
that.
It's called. Prolapse.
Nah. They ain't happening to me. They ain't happening to you neither. Shit. Hell no, sis.
Most of my stuff is in the 1st, 2nd, and 5th house. And then I got a little scattered here and there. But I don't have anything in the 8th house. Thank God. I might live forever.
I just got that Jupiter in Pisces. That one.
I want to move into a space of paying attention to the weakenings of the houses, and that's when they're around elements that weaken them, like water, fire, earth, and air type of energy. I think that's all the notes that I have for Pluto.
Yeah, we definitely extended our time today.
We did.
We got church with sunshine. No.
Yeah, but church is not that long. It's only about like 30-40 minutes. Not even. I keep it short and sweet. I just want y'all to have a message for the week. As far as Harokuti goes, it is associated with law. God neither punishes, rewards, or protects. You will have the comfort of controlling these things for yourself. Do not wish harm on others, even if in self-defense, as we are one. When you're dealing with sphere 5 in the tree of life, we're dealing with the aspect of spirit where divine law is enforced. The wrath of God is exercised here. This is the love of God, divine justice in the world, not by revenge or destruction, but by reestablishing the laws governing Maya. Divine justice is, I know, right? Divine justice is making peace, balance, and harmony to restore God's order. Safeguards our existence from the injustices of others. Reap what you sow is the quote in this realm. Aggressive power.
I just said that today.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Aggressive power is the foundation of the temperament of natural athletes, warriors, business executives, etc. And that's one thing I say. I did date a Scorpio that was very much aware of that underlying energy of, like, you know, that wrath. And so like he was in CrossFit. He was very healthy. He was CrossFit. He exercised. He was kind of addicted to it. So I was like, damn, you must really be angry. Um and he boxed. He started boxing, and I think that's beautiful. So for some of you Scorpios out there, or some of you guys with a lot of Scorpius placements or eighth house placement stuff, to deal with your anger, find something like that to assist you in releasing that anger and stuff. It's important to be able to have that release. I'm still trying to find I get my releases when I'm on stage. I have my moments. It's weird when I'm sitting around and a scenario will pop in my head, whether it's a scenario of something that might happen or of a flashback, and I'll find myself getting sucked into that place. And then I'll catch myself because now I'm starting to argue at the air, like, bitch, I'll beat your ass. Da-da-da. But I feel like my heart racing and everything. And I would like to find like a cool way to get rid of that, because it is taxing, because I feel that anger all over again. Like my heart is racing. I feel that anger. Like I don't like to get that mad, y'all. Like, bro, I be feeling crazy. Like, yo, it's really a crazy feeling to be that angry, where it feels like the release would be hurting someone. Like I would feel better if I hurt someone. I don't like to feel that, but I do feel that quite often with the energy that's around me. It's weird. It's weird. I don't like to feel that way. That's another reason why I feel like I should move out of my Pluto placement, at least for a little while. Like even on some like alchemist shit, like just let me leave for a little bit and then come back. But like I'm very angry here, and I don't want to feel that way anymore. The sun
Well, if
progresses
that's your
for you.
desire not to feel that way no more, you
Cool.
have control and power of not being so. You just have to tap into when you get there, or when you're rising to get to that anger, you know.
Yeah, I gotta hurry up and stop myself. Like
Ah. And you might have to keep doing it. And how you do that is something we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. I'm working on it. It's not something that I'm proud of, that I want to hold on to. I don't brag about it. I just want peace, and I think that's what the whole Libra energy in my progressive chart was, people pleasing, because I wanted peace. But it was just making my Scorpio energy pissed. Like, bitch, like this ain't peace. You're letting people play in your face, and they don't give a fuck. They don't, because in the moment I would try to hold them accountable, like, yo, this whole time you was playing in my face, right? And then now I gotta say some crazy shit, because now I'm angry, and now crazy shit is about to start coming out my mouth, and now I'm ready to fight. But I know that if I fight you, I'm gonna kill you, because like there's a part of me that it doesn't want to stop. I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel that way. I want to be chill. So I'm going to keep some of that Libra energy that I learned, but a lot of that Libra energy got to go, because she was really letting people play in her face. It was wild. It was wild. I'm embarrassed to tell y'all some of the stuff that I let people do to me.
Girl, me too.
I'm so
You ain't the only one.
embarrassed, bro.
I had a whole lot of damn dumbass shit happen to me.
And still
So
walk around and speak of them highly.
Oh, I ain't
You
speaking
would
of
never
them now.
know that they did anything to me, because I'd be like, yeah, you should chill. Like, you should meet that person. Blah, 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 blah. Like, because at the end of the day, they are a good person. They just thought it was cool to play in my face.
I don't know. I can't find the good in that person if you playing with me and shit, but you know who to play with. You playing with other people though.
Mm-hmm.
You a good person to them, but not a good person to me. So let's see. Overall, that doesn't make you a good person then, because you ain't treat me good when I was treating you good.
I'm gonna get to that space where I can like be like that without holding on to anger. I'm gonna get there. I'm working on it.
And I'm not even, angry at this point, you know what I'm saying, with the situations and the people. I have experienced or whatever. They were only meant to be temporary, even though it was good pieces of, a good chunk of years of my life or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it was still a lesson. It was still an experience. Every experience is not always a good experience, but
Hmm.
it was meant for me to experience that in order to appreciate the new experiences I'm going to have, and they're going to become better.
I
I
say.
do want to still put their fucking name in a damn jar though, but since you just read the Mayat,
Right. The goal, I know a lot of people want to go the war route and all those different things. A lot, I will admit, initially when I got into the MSTA, I was like, why y'all want to combat these people with peace? Punch them in the face, especially these police officers when they question y'all and want to arrest y'all and knowing they wrong and stuff like that. It's time to fight. I was on that type of mentality, but I see the power of being calm and remaining in alignment with Maya. And there is a sense of fearlessness and it's more fearlessness and courageousness that goes into being calm in those situations than it does in you giving back that anger energy, you know. And so by us, moving in spaces where we are providing healing rather than us going to war is more so about the energetic balance of this place than it is about the human experience. And that's why it's more important to do, because we're not humans. We're not. We shouldn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about y'all racism, y'all sexism, classism, capitalism. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit y'all doing. I know what y'all doing, and I don't care about none of it because that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here for the human experience. I'm here to balance the energies here on this plane by spreading my love.
yeah, I would give up for that too. Shit.
I mean, I'm gonna talk shit sometimes, but essentially that's what I'm here to do. I was a Leo
I
rising
think
for
I'm
a
here to
reason.
teach a lesson. I think I'm here to teach a lesson though.
Yeah.
Those who transgress, transgress against me.
I think it's funny when people try to put me in scenarios and situations to test how real I am, because people don't believe that someone can love the way I do. And
Right.
it's always disappointing, but it is what it is. I exist. People like me exist. No, there's not a lot of us, and it's unfortunate. But if more people put more effort into being something like this, there would be a lot more. And I think it's
Right.
weird to meet someone like me and try to make efforts into manipulating me to be more like you than to say, oh, this person really is about that love and giving and community building. And she really want to teach and spread positive energy and all that stuff. And actually like want to assist in doing that, because it's not just about us. Cause it's not about me. I don't care. It's about the energy that's going to be here after me. Like my kids got to survive here, and their kids and their kids and their kids, and I care about all of them. And I care about Danielle's kids. Cause I already care about her grandkids. They my grandkids too. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like Mahatma's grandkids, they're my grandkids too. I don't care. Like
Right.
they all
Cause
like,
we community with this shit for real.
yeah, this
We
is a
community with
community.
real.
And
Mm-hmm.
if you a star seed, then you gotta know that even a star, when you study a star and they tell you the electromagnetic energy of a star, they'll still go back to the whole constellation. They'll still say, oh, this star is like the whole Saturn constellation plus the Mars constellation. Like they're still showing you how even the star is still a part of the whole. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So like, think about that. You are one of a whole. That's the beauty of the number of 11 is self-mastery, but it's in alignment with the two. So you still finding that balance between being self and then being amongst others. So that's what I got for y'all today. What you got?
Well, I had what you had.
I
Look, I was still with it, putting the name in the jar and all that. But when you did your Jerry Springer moment, oh,
do love
I
a
was
good
like,
Jerry
damn.
Springer moment.
I'm like, damn, why I just had to read that? Because I was ready, because I'm still ready. You know what I'm saying? And when I was speaking to a friend of the person today, when I seen them,
Mm.
and they was like, oh, y'all not together? I'm like, nah. No longer together. That is a thing of the past. Yeah, y'all was together for a long time. Yeah. But he probably laid up on somebody's couch being a fuck nigga. That's what I said. That's what I said. But he
Speak
gonna reap.
life.
But he
We
gonna reap
hope
what he
that
sows.
he is healing, especially if he's watching this, because you know he is. We hope that you're healing, growing, and transforming yourself into the young man that you need to be to attract better in your space. And that starts with a level of self-awareness and accountability first. So
Not
I
with a
hope that you're
narcissist.
doing that as well.
Yeah. Nah, laying up on somebody's couch talking shit.
It's all right.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, may he heal. You know what I'm
May he
saying?
heal.
May he heal. He better.
All right, Danielle, I'm finna head out.
We gonna edit that part out.
That's the last message. We hope y'all heal. Align yourselves with the waters. Peace, peace, y'all.
Peace.